Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Redmen TV. It is watch-along time. Liverpool versus Newcastle kicking off at 8 p.m. at Anfield. I'm Steve Hood, joined by Jamie for this one over at the board. We've got Dan as well, bringing you the team news, official team news, which will be out in about 5 or so minutes' time. Hope you all had a wonderful Saturday. It's far too late to be working on a Saturday, but here we are. They've done this stupid 8 o'clock thing. Should have been half 12, which might have been worse. But for my life, it might have been better. But listen, it's fine. We get to watch the Reds. We get to join you guys in your homes or wherever you are watching us. So thank you very much. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of the game and, of course, the team news reaction, like I say, in a few minutes' time, I do want to say thank you to our good sponsors, oosh.co.uk. And if you would like to enter a free competition with Oosh to win hospitality tickets for Liverpool versus West Ham, and judging by the game watching here with West Ham, they're half decent these days, then yeah, click the link in the description below or go to oosh.co.uk. From there, from the homepage, you will be able to navigate. And yeah, there's a free draw. You can win a Liverpool versus West Ham hospitality package for free. It won't cost you a single penny. You'll also get a night stay in a Liverpool city centre apartment as well. And like I say, completely free to enter. So go and check it out now. That is a very, very good prize for you to win. Some great seats, access to the Brody's Lounge. And yeah, you might meet a legend or two as well. But last time I was in the Brody's Lounge, I had the honour of meeting Jimmy Case, maybe one of the hardest players to play for Liverpool. So there's always a couple of legends knocking about. There's always lots of fun. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Get yourselves involved now because, yeah, you've got every chance to win. And the draw will take place in 3 days' time. I don't know, Chris either had an orgasm or West Ham nearly scored. We will keep an eye on West Ham versus Chelsea or Chelsea versus West Ham through the course of the stream as well. Of course, big implications on Liverpool. Currently, West Ham are leading that one 2-0. And very nearly scored again, as you could hear Chris screaming from the other room. Right then, Jay, before we do find out the official Liverpool team news. Yeah, Liverpool season is almost the season in two halves, or two parallels really, in that the European form is going pretty well. They've advanced there. They're going to play one of Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Galatasaray, or Club Brugge for the place in the quarter-final of the Champions League. And I think they'd have bit your hand off if you offered any team that really. However, the Premier League form has been sketchy to say the least. It's about time Liverpool start taking on the form of Europe into the form of the Premier League. And I think it helps that they're playing another team who's played Champions League football. There's no week off rest. You know, Newcastle had an equally as tough a game, a much tougher game rather, in Paris in midweek. So fingers crossed they're feeling that a little bit, in Liverpool, having won 6-0, are feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Although we were probably here last week, weren't we? Great results against Marseille. You're thinking, right, let's double down. Let's do the business against Bournemouth, and we all know what happened there. So yeah, it's just been I wouldn't say a horrible season, but it's been a season of false dawns, false starts. There's been some shocking form in there. Just when we think we're getting a bit of a head of steam, we've had probably the world's most boring 13-game unbeaten run in the history of the game. But yeah, I thought the Carabao game, it might be a bit of I thought we'd win, but I thought it might be a bit of a tough one, maybe a 1-0, 2-0. But the lads were in fine goal-scoring form, spreading the goals about. Mo Salah on the score sheet, even Chiesa's getting a late one. So yeah, fingers crossed we can take some of that goal-scoring form into tonight. But yeah, as to whether we will or not, I'm not counting any chickens.
No, my time will tell. Like I say, this race stand for top four is equally as important as well. As it stands, Chelsea are on course to lose this game again. There's 40 minutes to go. They're losing 2-0. Massive opportunity for Liverpool again. Regardless of how this one goes, Liverpool need to win. But if Chelsea do maybe lose this, or only come back and draw it, big opportunity there for Liverpool, because the last couple of games in Liverpool have dropped points. Both Chelsea and Man United have won, which has almost compounded the misery. Chance here to flip the tables on them and do exactly to them what they've been doing to us.
Yeah, most definitely. But I doubt, as you said there, when we have slipped up once or twice, it felt like the teams around us, or the teams that certainly were beneath us at one point, really starting to build up that bit of headwind, and they'd had their new manager bounces, and that's when this conversation really sort of amped up around what we were doing, how we were trying to navigate the rest of the season. But as you say, this would be a massive bonus to Liverpool's top 4/5 chances if indeed it does play out the way it currently is. And Newcastle in itself is a problem to us potentially as well. So we need to take care of business for multiple reasons. But I think ultimately to touch upon what you guys were saying there, like we've had many moments in Europe where you think, okay, there's your potential momentum, there's your rhythm, go and sort of duplicate that in the Premier League, and we haven't been able to. Now, midweek was a mismatch, but in terms of, you know, confidence and in terms of potentially getting a bit of belief back into the lads, nothing beats a 6-0 win in that sense, does it? So fingers crossed we can build on that, and fingers crossed this result carries on going this way, because all of a sudden some of the dark clouds around Liverpool might just start to lift ever so slightly.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Hope you're right there. It is 1:45, and the Liverpool team news is out. I will give Dan a couple of seconds just to check his board and make sure it's all correct. I think from a quick glance, it all looks like Dan's got it all spot on again, Dan. So can I hand over to you, buddy?
Yeah, I was just unsure on who the extra man would be, but I believe it's Calvin Ramsey. That's very good to hand, but Calvin Ramsey's made it. So I think that gives us a starting 11 of Alisson Becker, Dom Szoboszlai. I put him at right back because he's probably going to play right back. Ibu Konate back, which is really, really good news. I hope he's doing okay. Obviously, we know what happened with his family in the tragic circumstances, but good to see him back tonight, of course. Virgil van Dijk, Milos Kerkez, midfield three of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister, Florian Wirtz, and a front three of, shift out the way, Mo Salah, Hugh Ekitike, Cody Gakpo. Bench, Georgie Mamardashvili. Is Amar Ronaldo on the bench?
Yeah.
He is, wonderful. Amar Ronaldo, Andy Robertson, Wataru Endo, Curtis Jones. Much discussed in the past 24 hours. Trey Leone, Federico Chiesa, the hero of St James's Park, Ryan Gamoa, and the aforementioned Calvin Ramsey.
There we go. Then I don't think there's massive surprises there, Jay, really. That, you know, the manager had a couple of options at right back. It was Ramsey, who he publicly admitted in a press conference 2 weeks ago. He thinks he's got better options. It was Endo, it was Szoboszlai, it was Curtis. I think Dom was always the odds-on favourite to get that, and yeah, there he goes again. I said this to Paul Gorst on JNO Insight the other day. It feels like every time we play Newcastle, we've got backup right backs. Quans has been there, Sobbo's been there. It's always been, you know, Trent and Bradley were always out, and now obviously Frimpong and Bradley are out. Are you okay with of all the options that he's gone for Szoboszlai?
I suppose it's probably, just in terms of on paper, the strongest. I mean, I think we all prefer to see Dom obviously in the midfield, but he's stepping into a bit of a leadership role. I know he's only been here a few seasons, but he's one of Slot's main men. He's becoming a leader on the pitch. He does everything that he's told. He's deputised at right back. And I can't remember there've been one or two occasions where I thought, yeah, you're not a right back, but I can't remember him being like continually roasted over the course of 45 minutes or, you know, a long period of a game. So I think he's done pretty well. I think, you know, Slot obviously trusts him to do a job. Yeah, I mean, I thought Endo actually did all right the other day, admittedly against limited opposition, but I'm not surprised in the slightest that he's starting at right back today. Yeah, I mean, it's probably too soon for the likes of Ramsey, isn't it? He didn't exactly get a glowing endorsement from Arne the other day. I thought, you know, he did all right in a very poor display against Crystal Palace earlier in the season. So yeah, I'm absolutely not surprised that Szoboszlai started at right back at all. Yeah,
and LFC Andrew said I'd rather keep our best midfielder in midfield, and I do see your point, Andrew. Unfortunately, I was looking at the other options, and I haven't seen the Newcastle team yet. I'll look at it in a moment, but they've got usually whichever of their wingers they use, and there's loads of them. I think Chelsea might have just scored there actually. Then they've got pace, they've got a bit of athleticism about them, and it could be a tough one to for Liverpool potentially to deal with. So I'll get the point of Szoboszlai with a bit of extra pace and power. Yeah, I think João Pedro might have just got one back with Chelsea, so we will keep an eye on that one.
They've picked all three wingers, by the way, by looks of it.
Yeah, I'll have a look at their team in a moment, because I know they've got no Bruno, he was ruled out. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Yeah, in fact, their team, Chris Ruddy on the bottom there, so Pope, Trippier, Hall, Tonali, Gordon Barnes, Tio, Alanga, Willock, Bain, Ramsey. So yeah, it's probably...
Putting Gordon out left, isn't it, you'd imagine, but it's Gordon, Barnes, Alanga. Maybe Gordon central, that's hard to...
Yeah,
fluid. I'd probably describe it as.
Maybe Anthony Gordon up front, because he hasn't picked either of Visa or Voltemada. They're both on the bench, so potentially could be Anthony Gordon centre forward, and then maybe, yeah, like I say, we'll keep an eye on what they do out wide. Interesting one actually. We'll keep an eye on their team. I thought they might have went to a back three, but I'm not sure they have based on that one. But interesting. We have Newcastle without Bruno Guimaraes and without Joe Linton. I've maybe sprung a little surprise. We'll keep an eye on that one. So yeah, that is the Szoboszlai right back situation. Again, not ideal, but it is what it is. Dan, what this will do, we think, and again we'll wait to be corrected or proven wrong. But Florian Wirtz back central. Again, sometimes, I mean, he will go there anyway when he plays on the left. He's more than capable of doing that in various formations. But it feels like this is now Florian Wirtz proper playing as a proper number 10. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because he is a natural number 10. I think that's where he does his best work. I think that's where he feels most at home. He is such an intelligent footballer that I think we've seen already during his brief Liverpool career to date that you could drop him into any position nominally and he will find space and he'll pick up interesting little pockets that defenders and opposition players hate, and you just can't keep your eye on him because he is very sophisticated in the way he moves and the way he wants the ball all the time. He is given a very free role, but I do think if you allow him the freedom of playing as a 10 and you don't pigeonhole him to a set left wing, right wing, whatever, that's where he'll hurt teams more often than not, I think. And especially when you look at that Newcastle midfield and the makeup of it, because normally it's full of physicality, it's full of runners, maybe not quite so much today. So I think Florian Wirtz actually will be a key component as to why we might be able to get a bit of joy in this game and get him on the ball more often than not, get him turned and facing the opposition, get him slipping through balls to Mo Salah, Ekitike, Cody Gakpo, give them the ammunition. Yeah, Florian Wirtz in this makeup and this balance of side is an absolute key reason as to why Liverpool can be successful.
What do you make of Newcastle change attack there, Jay? Because I'm looking at their team like I mentioned before. No Voltemade or no Visa. It looks like it'd be 4-3-3. A midfield of Ramsey, Tonali, Willock, and then Gordon, Barnes, Alanga up front. You would suggest that means Anthony Gordon's probably going to play centre forward. Barnes on their left up against Szoboszlai right back, and then Alanga up against Milos Kerkez. That is a bit of a surprise. I was maybe thinking they might stick with the back three that they used in Paris, given the fact that they are without Bruno and they are without Joe Linton. Obviously, you know, I don't think it would ever hurt you to have 3 giant centre halves on the pitch against Liverpool if you're potentially looking at set pieces and stuff. But Andy Gordon centre forward, does that suggest maybe we're looking here at a Newcastle team that are going to try and sit back, be compact, and then spring us on the break? Because that's what that front three screams to me.
Yeah, I would quite like it if I was a Newcastle fan. I think the thing that you guys were talking on the final word earlier, and Jamie Carragher was identifying it. Some of those runs, unchallenged runs against Bournemouth, people carrying the ball 60 yards, 70 yards. I think if I'm Eddie Howe, I'm thinking Liverpool have struggled when people have been running at them. They don't like being turned around. Been a few question marks about Van Dijk backing off, and remember like the Caicedo goal. Eventually, it's like go on then, have a shot, and he buries it in the top corner. So I would probably quite like that if I was a Newcastle fan. I mean, we seem to have struggled a little bit against back threes at points in this season and the last couple of seasons, but yeah, there's a lot of pace up there, as Dan was saying, possibly a little bit of interchanging. There might be people swapping wings and things like that. So yeah, and also the likes of Voltemade, he's a big bloke, but he's obviously a skillful player as well. But some of that, if you're trying to find him in the air, some of that's more bread and butter for Van Dijk and Canate. So yeah, I hope it doesn't come off for Newcastle, but I can see why he's done it.
Nice. By the way, Chris, look at the new graphic Chris has just made us there. Look at that little team news graphic. Chris, that's excellent.
Graphic.
Get on Chrissy P, mate. That nice one. There you go. We've got that's a new addition to the Watchalong. Well done, Chris.
Some man for one man.
Honestly, absolutely. What a guy. Running the gaff, making graphics, putting everyone to shame. Doing boss stuff. Again, Dan, I said this pre-Bournemouth. So you never want to, again, count chickens before they hatch and all stuff, and look at the opposition and take anything for granted. We had a comment early before, actually, from I think it was Den Dave, who said, I'm quite glad Joe Linton and Bruno are missing. They can be hard to go up against. Yeah. Again, that is a big blow for Newcastle, potential one for Liverpool, but we saw this against Bournemouth. But I think if you'd have asked Liverpool, you're playing against Newcastle, and it's going to be Willock, and it's going to be Tonali, and who's the third one I mentioned before? It was Willock, Ramsey, and Tonali. I think they'd have been okay with that.
Oh yeah, where do I sign? Because we've had real problems dealing with and nullifying that midfield, and so have most teams up and down the line. Let's have it right, because it's got a real mixture of everything you'd want in your midfield. Because we speak so often about games being won and lost in that area of the pitch, and they are. It's right. It's a cliche for a reason, but that does have it's got a little bit of finesse with Bruno. It's got the real tough tackling nature of Joe Linton, and I think Tonali is a real mixture of everything, and Bruno as well. So yeah, it's a hard midfield to come to terms with and get to grips of. And Liverpool, as we've touched upon, have had a bit of a soft centre at times this season, I think it's fair to say. So missing 2 of the key reasons as to why Newcastle in the past 18 months or so have been punching above their weight in many ways, I think is a massive plus. And I'm still surprised. I still can't quite work out why Eddie Howe has gone the way he's gone. And I know he's a bit hamstrung and his hands tied by the fact that Joe Linton and Bruno aren't available, obviously. But to then sort of double down on the spring of the surprise and not picking any centre forward is, because that's 120 odd million pounds worth of centre forward on the bench there. And to my knowledge, they haven't done that all season long. So he's clearly identified something in us that he thinks he can capitalise on tonight.
Yeah, maybe. Or like I say, they did have a tough one in midweek, and maybe
they can't both have played that.
I think they both come on, but you're right. And like, for example, maybe he is just thinking about his players. They've also got a semi-final in midweek. They're going through the mill of the games as well. Maybe it is something to do with that. But listen, I think he used Anthony Gordon up front last time against Liverpool, and he got himself sent off. That by then, I think it was more injury related, wasn't it? And obviously the sack thing was going on, and Newcastle they didn't quite have anyone over the line. But last time Gordon played up front against us, he tried to take Virgil van Dijk's calf off and got himself sent off. But you might be right, and it might be, like I say, I think what it suggests is they're going to try and be resolute and then absolutely try and go on the break, because Inalanger and Gordon in particular, they've got two running machines, and Harvey Barnes isn't exactly a slouch either, probably not as quick as those two. So work for Liverpool to be doing to be covering on that counter attack. They're going to have to be really careful with the ball. Don't give it away in stupid areas, because Newcastle can absolutely punish you.
I've just noticed as well, he's actually got 3 centre forwards on the bench, because that Asutle is a centre forward as well.
He scored
3 number 9s on the bench.
Yeah, maybe they're coming. Yeah, keep it tight and then British. The only thing with that is it's going to be difficult to bring them all on.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Well, to be fair, Visa can play wide, I suppose, if you had to. But yeah, you are right. It's
out and out strikers, 3 of them, all on the bench.
Yeah, it's absolutely a bit of a surprise.
Decision he's made.
He's done it for a reason. We'll find out in due course if it works out as one. This Curtis Jones story's been a bit mad. Now, to be fair, Jay, from what we're led to believe, Inter Milan came knocking and Liverpool told them no. And that can happen. That can happen, by the way, with any players. Curtis has got 18 months left on his contract.
Yeah.
There was talk of interest from Spurs earlier in the window before they signed Conor Gallagher as well. I know there's rumours around about, bust-ups and kick-offs and stuff. Again, I think that no credible source really is reporting that. I think a lot of it's just online speculation. But it was quite telling how many heads fell off and then all of a sudden went back on again in a very short space of time. But he is back available. He is back on the bench tonight. You'd imagine at some point he gets on the pitch as well. But it was a strange couple of hours when everyone was losing their mind over potentially Curtis Jones going to Inter Milan.
I was one of them.
I was like, what? Surely not.
I just thought it's a total non-starter. He's played 200 games for Liverpool now. He's all right. He's never ever been a nailed on, first man on the team sheet kind of thing. But he's put in some good form this year. I just thought, man, the prices were 40 million. I think, well, Conor Gallagher has gone for about 5 million less than that. He's a better player than Conor Gallagher. We've got a homegrown issue. We've just completely decimated any value of Harvey Elliott, who I always thought was a good player. And, now he's kind of rotting on the bench at Villa and stuff like that. There's another homegrown player that we're now, when he eventually does go, presumably he will go, we're not going to get as much money as we could for him. I just thought, I'm just not having it. I'm fundamentally not having it.
Well, to be fair, either Liverpool.
Well, so I was pleased to see, and I know he does have his critics, and I was at the Burnley game the other week, and it's like a row of people behind me going, "Oh, Jones, what does he do?" They all tend to be blokes of about 65. Like, what does Jones actually do? And there's people, you see it online as well. People sometimes, and yeah, he probably should get more goals and more assists and stuff like that. But yeah, I just fundamentally couldn't understand it. So I'm pleased to see him back on the bench today. I know there was illness issue when the getting slightly into conspiracy territory now with this bust up and whatever. Yeah, I'm glad to see him back on the bench, because God knows, as someone just said in the chat there, our bench is looking pretty thin on the ground. So to have a bloke who's pretty much a first team regular back on the bench is a good thing.
No, absolutely. Yeah, like I say, I've got no issue with Inter wanting Liverpool players, and obviously not. And I'll be honest, I still think there's a chance Curtis leaves in the summer, because I think he wants to play every single game. He's looking probably at that England squad now that he's on the outside looking in, and he's probably thought if I'd have played more for Liverpool, I might have been in it. So I get it. There's conversations to be had. Like, okay, we'll cross them bridges when you get there. But there's similar to the Robertson thing. The Robertson thing was lunacy, but it might have made more sense if it was, right, we're going to let Robbo go and they're going to bring Kostas Tsimikas in, and you're not worse off in terms of numbers. You're worse off probably, obviously, in terms of the level of the player.
Yeah.
The idea that they were going to let Curtis Jones go in the next couple of days with nobody coming in, it was just, it was never going to happen. And thankfully, it was shot down pretty quickly. And also, by the way, I think it's, I know not everyone agrees or disagrees with it, like, I think it's hugely important to have a scout's presence in the Liverpool team and the Liverpool squad. And he's it at the moment. There's no one else really knocking on the door or in and around it. So I think that is hugely important. So come the summer, it might be another conversation that they have. But yeah, I think we can knock it all on the head for now. And I'm sure at some point we're going to see Jones off the bench. Whether that's in midfield or right back, it will remain to be seen. Let's get back into it then. The slight worry for me, I mean, it's a Liverpool, isn't it? So we're never fully confident these days. Is I thought, and we've seen for a while, for the most part, Liverpool have had trouble with teams who have been a bit, park the bussish and good at set plays and all that kind of stuff. Of Chelsea, I think Chelsea might have just scored.
Yeah, 2-2 now.
Yeah, little Desmond. Newcastle are equally as adept at doing that as they are at playing the game. Yeah. There is an ample opportunity, I think, for Newcastle to really try and drag Liverpool down a bit to that level, and it's something that Liverpool have to deal with if they do.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I've made it publicly known a few times now. I've become a convert to Eddie Howe and his methods. I've come full circle on him. I was never convinced whatsoever. But I think he's really, really good at what he does. And one of his strengths actually is the ability to adapt. And we're going to see it tonight in its fullest form by the looks of it in terms of the personnel that he's picked. And I imagine the way he will try and approach the game and the system and how it looks and stuff like that. So yeah, he can bend and flex to what certain game states dictate, and I think tonight this Newcastle side suggests that there's going to be a different approach from them, and maybe something we haven't come up against. Again, some of that has been forced because of his availability issues, but I do also think the decision not to include the centre forward means it's going to be a completely different way of trying to attack us. So yeah, we're going to need to be flexible ourselves and able to sort of adapt on the hop a little bit, and it's not something we've been particularly brilliant at times this season. I thought last season we were masters at it, working teams out and working out the best way to approach second halves in particular. Hasn't quite been the same. But again, if Newcastle are going to try and drag this game into a bit of a slugfest, Liverpool need to show an appetite for that. Something I think we've struggled to do at times as well this season. So whatever Newcastle throw at us, and this goes across the board by the way, but particularly tonight obviously with Newcastle, again a team I do think have more than one way to skin a cat. Whatever they throw at us, we need to make sure we're more than match for it. And I think the players, coming back to similar to what he said in midweek with the Carabao game, the onus will be on the lads starting the game. We've got Curtis Jones, maybe a little bit of Chiesa, a little bit of Robertson, obviously Endo, who knows how fit he is in terms of minutes because he put a big shift in midweek, probably too big a shift for what Arne Slot and co would have wanted. So I think the onus will be on this 11 to work it out on the pitch and hopefully get the job done.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That Chelsea goal, by the way, went to VAR, but it's official, so Chelsea now back to 2-2. They're probably going to go on and win that, which we all expected them to do. Might give us a bit of false hope. I mean, there's a fella there who had Cucurella's hair in the crowd cheering Cucurella's goal, which is a bit strange, but yeah, that one's there. So yeah, I think that you might be about to get the result we expected in this game. And again, even more emphasis then on Liverpool to try and get the job done today. Right then, let's move on. A couple more conversations. There is a super chat here for Dan about a young lad. We'll save that if you don't mind, and I'll save it. You can when you do your conversation later.
Super chat was it? Sorry.
Yeah, there's a super chat. We will get to it later, Craig. Dan will be in the hot seat.
Just give me the name, just that quickly.
Noah.
Oh yeah.
Noah.
Joined from Burnley.
Well, in fact, let's talk about it. Craig asked how was Noah in that game against Burnley. What was he like?
Brighton last night. Yeah, really good actually. Really aggressive. Like nearly took a few legs with him, to be honest. Really, really firm in the challenge, but a big part of the reason as to why Liverpool in 21's kept a clean sheet. And it's interesting because obviously Liverpool have made 3 centre-back signings at academy level this window, and one of which isn't arriving until the summer, one of which is here now. Young Senegalese kid, they picked up some of his medical, so he's not ready to be part of anything. But Noah made his debut, as we referenced. Liverpool won 1-0 actually down at Brighton. But he's interesting because he's 19, so he's a little bit older than most at that level. He's probably a good 12 months older than the other centre-half options we've got. And obviously Nalo's with us tonight, but yeah, young Noah could be some... He's been in and around the Burnley first team setup as well before he arrived with us, so he's got a little bit of senior exposure. So if we do continue to be woefully short of centre-back options, I wouldn't be shocked to see him in and around training at least in the coming weeks and months. He was good last night.
Fair enough, there you go. He's scouts, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, Scouts.
He was with us when he was like 7, 8, 9 and then moved on.
There you go. If you ever want some academy knowledge, Dan's the man to bring it. Barat is gonna dampen the mood with his super chat, but we're gonna do it anyway. He says, following on from our shocking PL form, my deepest fears have come true. Oh no, Barat. That's no good. It says, the player manager bust-ups, there's players wanting out, fan unhappiness. Without the band-aid of the Champions League, the next month and a half will let us know about the manager and the players. Thankfully, we're still in the Champions League. It is worth mentioning. I don't know when we play it. I see your point that we're not going to play it for a while. Listen, the Salah thing was a bust-up, you're right. This other thing, we don't know. It's pure speculation. Who knows? And does anyone... Who wants out? Maybe Robbo?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean... I suppose if the likes of Keys are going to hang around, there's probably I think, I don't know, maybe this is the point Barrett's making, but I think you could see with Slot, when you're winning, like there was a point last year where we were miles clear at top of the league, and someone said something about Mo, and he went, well, Mo's actually not scored many goals in the last, and it's like, good, you're keeping the standard, but when we're losing, and he's, that comment about Ramsey, and he's quite, blunt, isn't he? You might be thinking like, well, hang on, you need to pull your finger out, mate. Like we're all trying our best. I don't know. I could see that when results as usual are key. When you're losing, I could see him rubbing people up the wrong way, and I could see there being a little bit of friction in the
I don't even think
dressing room.
I don't even think Mo Salah wanted to leave.
No,
I think he wants to play. I don't think that was ever on Mo's mind, but yeah. I think sometimes, again, don't listen to everything or believe everything you read on the internet is what I would say. I think, obviously, if there was any massive issues, maybe, and also if there was, you shouldn't hear about it anyway. So you'd like, that's the kind of thing that should stay in the dressing room all the time. So yeah, I'd be okay with you for now, mate. Don't worry about it. But the second point is right, is that Liverpool, the European form has been good, and they don't play in Europe now for a while. The draw isn't even until the end of February, so they've got a break from Europe. They've got the Premier League, and then they've got the FA Cup game against Brighton on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, you are right in terms of there's no European football to potentially lift any mood if Liverpool continue to be in a little bit of a slumber. So it is on them to try and, like I say, pull the fingers out a little bit in the Premier League, and starting tonight is absolutely where they need to be able to get that done. Right then, let's move on and talk. It is good. Jay, obviously our thoughts and sympathies with Ibu and his family, listen, football is completely irrelevant in that point, but Liverpool, obviously we had to play Ryan Gravenberch as centre-back the other day, and you can listen against Karabag, with all due respect, who I thought were better coming into the game, and obviously what they played at Anfield in midweek, it felt like they kind of crumbled a little bit under the Anfield pressure and all that kind of stuff. Ibu back is a massive boost. And like I say, whether it looks like it's going to be Anthony Gordon, at some point it might be Voltamada, it might end up being Jon Visa as well. Really positive news. Liverpool to have this is the first choice centre-back, and both available now after a little bit of a worry there with Joe's injury, etc.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can kind of count fit first team defenders on one hand, pretty much. We've got a right back, a central midfielder playing right back. We had Gravenberch there the other day. We might have Endo deputising. We don't know, we don't know what's going on with Gomez, etc. We've got two other right, poor Frimpong pulls out, doesn't he, the other day? Yeah, so brilliant to see Ibu back. It seems funny to say that because people have been criticising him for his form and the fact that he hasn't put pen to paper on a contract and all that. But, we all know on his day, he's really, really good centre-back. He's probably one of the best partnerships in Europe last year with Van Dijk. So, yeah, if he can kind of clear his head and, I don't know, maybe there's always that kind of debate, isn't it? If you go through a bereavement of like, do you want to do your job and not think about it and all that kind of stuff? I don't know. If he can clear his head and put in a good display today, then obviously it'd be good to see him and Virgil back. And we need to, if we're going to try and go on anything like a decent run in the league, we need him and Virgil to be at their best in the coming months. Absolutely,
like I say, the fixture list will ease up for Liverpool a little bit now. After they get a week off after today, there is a midweek game the week after before the FA, but then it is eased slightly by not being, like I say, in the League Cup. They're not having to play European playoffs. It will ease the schedule a little bit, so hopefully a bit more rest and recuperation for a few of these lads to be able to stay fitter for longer and not have to potentially, like say, too much rotation or too much in terms of having to manage minutes. The fixture list should kind of do that for you, which again is hopefully a big positive for the Reds going forward. But yeah, like I say, hopefully for Ibu, he's okay, first of all, and I'm sure he is, because he wouldn't be back involved if he wasn't. I think Liverpool would have given him as much time as he needed. So yeah, good job, and I'm glad to see Ibu. I'm sure Anfield will give him the welcome and the support he definitely deserves. We kind of touched upon it there before, Dan, about Curtis Jones and the whole situation. We can park that for now. But he didn't obviously he was ill in midweek, and Arne's chosen to go Gravenberch and McAllister. I was debating on the build, so maybe Jones plays for one of those. So ultimately, I think we settled on the fact that he probably wouldn't. But do you think that is just a case of McAllister had such a good game in midweek? The manager really wants him to try and start building upon that, because again, he's been sketchy to say the least. So McAllister in, Jones out. Are you signed with that?
I am, to be honest, mate, yeah, and it is because of the reason you just touched upon there. I was going to bring it up myself, because profile-wise, it does seem to be one or the other with McAllister or Jones. Gravenberch is more or less a shoe-in, week in, week out, rightfully so, by the way, for the most part. Szoboszlai, obviously, ideally, would be operating the midfield as well, but circumstances dictate that's not possible tonight, and we've chosen to go with him as the auxiliary right-back, and we can debate the merits or otherwise of that all night long if we wanted to. But as for McAllister, I think off the back of, we feel like we've been trying every which way to get him back to the real version of himself. And we know I've waxed lyrical about him for so long now. We know how integral he was to a well-oiled, functioning Liverpool team last season. Hasn't been anything like it this year. I think his drop-off in form is one of many reasons we haven't been anything like Liverpool of old. So I think when you see him perform in the manner and the confidence and with the goals to go with it as well in midweek, you'd be stupid not to try and build upon that and sort of go again with that and try and boost his own ego up a little bit as well, because he'll know full well that he hasn't been anything like his usual self. So I think if you take him out with the team after having such a good night, you're hurting yourself and you're not really doing yourself any favours. Also, we don't know whether Curtis Jones is fully over whatever that illness was in midweek. There's been loads of speculation around him as well, which may well have fueled him, who knows, in terms of that side of it. But yeah, in short, I think given the fact we've tried to take McAllister out of the team, we've tried to play him through the bad form, we've tried to give him proper breaks for a couple of weeks, we've just tried absolutely everything. I think when he performs in a manner he does in midweek, you just go again with him and hope we get the proper version of McAllister between now and the end of the season, because he could be really, really important and maybe give us something that we've missed all season long.
Yeah, like I say, a few comments here about the Liverpool bench, saying the bench is weak. I mean, the bench is going to be weak when you lose. Think about it, who's not in the match day squad. Leone, Bradley, Frimpong, Isak, Gomez. There might be, my apologies, there might be even someone else who have completely forgotten injured or suspended or something. Like, add those five back in and they would all be in the match day squad. And before, you know, the likes, with all due respect, of Calvin Ramsey and Trey, potentially Arne on the bench. Endo was missing benches earlier on in the season, wasn't even getting on them. So I think if you take five, you know, your squad can only be so many in terms of, you know, you're allowed to register a certain amount of players. That's why you end up getting filled in a little bit with youth. But I think that's probably more the reason why at the benches. Liverpool are, like I say, the injuries have taken a toll, like, especially when they're all in the same area. Like, for example, we've got 3 right backs all injured. That, you know, and the only other centre forward on the books has broken his leg, and another centre back has broken or torn his ACL. I think sometimes it kind of is what it is, and you've got to hope that your young players then are good enough to fill the bench. And I think, to be fair to Trey and Rio, they are. More so Rio, I think he isn't treated as much as a young player. I think he's treated as a viable squad option. I think I heard the manager say the other day about the options, like Trey is nearly there. Trey's just a little bit behind Rio in terms of that progression. So there's not much you can do about that, to be honest with you. Them's the break sometimes. It can happen that way. Go on, Dan.
Might be worth just checking WhatsApp.
Yeah, Chloe's just mentioned Alisson hasn't come out to warm up with the keepers, and then she wrote that I don't like it meme.
That was me, that I don't like it.
Yeah.
This is Chloe said they've been out for about 5 minutes warming up, and Alisson is yet to.
He might just be having a break, you know what I mean?
He could just be relaxed. That's not the norm, I would say.
Yeah, just maybe a situation to keep an eye on, but unless you can't get injured in the warm up if you don't come out to warm up. So maybe he's just
hopefully.
Maybe he's done a Canizares and dropped a bottle of aftershave on his foot, or you know, one of those comedy injuries. Hopefully not.
We'll keep an eye on that situation. But yeah, Chloe's in the stadium and saying,
Chloe's early, isn't she?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Chloe's got the ground early. So maybe we don't know what's going on there. But yeah, he's in the team. He just doesn't go on to warm up. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully it's nothing. Hopefully it's just them maybe changing the gloves or something, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Again, we'll keep an eye on the rest of this game, Chelsea, West Ham. We will. Me and Jamie are going to tag out very shortly. Dan will be on the hot seat for the fan interactive show, and yeah, I'm sure Dan can keep up to date with this Chelsea game. And as it stands, West Ham from 2-0 up, holding on a little bit as Chelsea try and push for a late winner. Yeah. Quad Bod just wrote maybe Alisson's just having a dump. I mean, it's possible.
Could be.
Yeah, listen, it's possible.
Whatever helps.
Listen, it's cold out. Any excuse you can do not to go out. I remember when I worked in Asda, sometimes they used to say you should take you if you can.
You should have a dump.
Basically, use your bathroom break. You use the bathroom on your breaks, and I refused.
Yeah.
I will use the bathroom on your time.
Yes.
I will use my break to have a break. So maybe Ali's just doing that. He's going, can't be arsed warming up. I'm more than happy, thank you very much, to just not have to warm up and just sit in the box.
As a musician and live performer, it's all part of the pre-match ritual for me. It always used to be back in the day. You know, if I was in a bar where it was like the toilets here are horrible, I'll go up the road to somewhere that I know has got a nice toilet. Gather yourself together. You know, think about what you're about to do, not the poo, the performance. You know, get in the zone if you like. Maybe that's what Alisson's doing right now. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, like I say, it's something we'll keep an eye on. I mean, maybe.
That's a
wild analogy, but we'll go with it. Jamie walking down to
similar
Mackey's
level of elite performance, I think you'll find.
Jamie on his bar gigs walking down to Mackey's for a dump before
the Monroe actually on Duke Street.
Yeah,
so bit of you know, bit of moisturiser in there and all kinds. Like, lovely.
Fella with aftershave, a bit of perfume for a quid, yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's what Alisson's doing. He's down the road in the Mackie. He's having a dump, waiting for the game. Anyway, just let you know how the rest of this day is going to go here at Redmen TV. Jay and I are going to go and take a quick break very shortly, during which you'll hear from Arne Slot. After which, Dan will be in the hot seat for the Fan Interactive Show. Half an hour, you guys can chat about whatever you want. I mean, mainly Liverpool, of course, but feel free. Dan's open and honest. He'll answer pretty much anything within reason, of course. And then from 7:45, Jamie and I'll step back in and we'll be live for the entire watch-along of the game itself, right through to final whistle. And then after the game on the YouTube channel, there will be reaction from the stadium from both Chloe and Paul. There'll be a nice little reaction video from the main man, Dan himself, as West Ham just missed a sitter. And then Jamie and I will be over on Redmen Plus with the player ranking show. If you haven't already, the best place to get all of our content is on the Redmen Plus app. Go and download it now. It is completely free. Just search Redmen Plus on your app store. There's also a link in the description to do it. Like I say, completely free. Won't cost you a single penny to download the app. And all of our free content is in there. And again, so is the subscriber content. So if you like it and you want more, then you can upgrade to a paid subscription within the app. But you don't need one to have it. That is the most important thing. So go and download it. It's probably the best place to get everything you need, to be honest with you, in all of the different guides that we produce content in. It's all there on the app. Right then, you're going to hear now from Arne Slot at his press conference, and then after which, Dan Cole will be in the hot seat. Catch us all in a couple of minutes.
I think if you look at the top 8, there are 5 English clubs in the Champions League, so that tells you also a lot about the strength of the Premier League. I said, I think before the game, what has impacted maybe our results in the Premier League as well is the amount of games we've played with mainly the same players, so the load was constantly towards the same players, and I think we've seen that in some games we struggled with that, especially earlier on in the season. That some players need to adjust to that rhythm, and later on in the season, because we played so many games now and mainly the same players have to play, that game during the week have impacted sometimes parts of our games in the weekend. But in general, I think it's also safe to say that there's a lot more physicality in the Premier League than there is in the Champions League. I did not saw one long throw-in from Karabakh or from Marseille. Set pieces are at a different level. I think our set pieces against Karabakh were, every time we got one, I was expecting us to score because it was always a chance. So that part of the game is much more developed here in England, especially over the last season, than it is in the Champions League. But in the Champions League, we've also faced teams that in between the boxes are very good teams, and also in the boxes. But Premier League has become more of a box game. Just bring the ball in the box. Where in the Champions League, it's a bit more also play in between the boxes. That's my
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Redmen TV and your watch-along ahead of Liverpool taking on Newcastle United at Anfield. 8 o'clock kick-off Saturday night. Don't you just love the modern-day Premier League? A wonderful, wonderful thing as it is. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody had a good Saturday so far. Yeah, how we feeling? Confident? Optimistic? Hopeful? All of the above? Or are we just terrified of what we're about to witness? This is your forum. This is your floor. Feel free to say, ask, whatever you see fit. We've got 20 odd minutes to do exactly that. Questions, predictions, you name it, opinions. Yeah, go for it. I will bring them up as we go along. Right, how are we feeling? Team. It's a strong 11, actually. It's about as strong as we could have hoped for in the circumstances, given the injury situation and given just how depleted the squad looks, certainly when it comes to right-backs. He's gone with Dom Szoboszlai, we believe, as our right-back tonight, which is a good thing in one hand and a negative in another, because obviously he's probably been our player of the season, full stop. Just watch this from Chelsea. He's certainly been the pick of the midfielders all season long. There's no question about that whatsoever. So to remove him from that area is a shame. But the one caveat to that is obviously the running power and the fact he's on the pitch is helpful. But the fact he's been a decent auxiliary right back at times this season. But actually, I think Newcastle being a bit, under power, under strength when it comes to their own midfield department with no Joe Linton and no Bruno, it sort of, mitigates the loss of Szoboszlai in there ever so slightly. Is that a fair assessment? Feel free to have your say on it, of course. Nate says he's nervous, very nervous for this. Be a close game, 2-1, hopefully 4-3. There has to be, it's a law that there has to be at least one 4-3 prediction when it comes to Liverpool-Newcastle games. Because as we know, there were some iconic games that went down in history back in the day that ended Liverpool 4, Newcastle 3. So we've done that. We've ticked that box, Kevin. Thanks for being that guy. Much appreciated. Got Jones, Ibu, Dom, Grav. Talks but still no contract extensions. Actions speak louder than words. Worried. Yeah, listen, I am. And I've sat here a few times in recent weeks and longer than that as well, talking about the need for us to be better at contract negotiations and renewals, actually, because the minute you start getting in the round where Curtis Jones is now, actually, in terms of what's left on duration of his deal, that's when problems start arising, and that's when you start seeing reports like we've seen in the past 24 hours. When you get into that last 18 months, you're in the danger zone, basically, there, I think. And obviously, Jones is there now. Andy Robertson is beyond that, as is Ibu Konate. But again, I think with Konate in particular, you could argue both ways, potentially with Andy Robertson. I would still give him a new deal for what it's worth, and I certainly would have done 12 months ago. But with Konate, 12 months ago was the time to give him a new contract. If you get here, it's probably gone too far. Now, you could always strike lucky, and he still signs a new deal, of course. Chelsea have scored. There it was. Chelsea have scored. Enzo Fernandez, I believe, just took his shirt off. Liam Racine is celebrating. Chelsea have scored. That's a massive shame. That means we need to win. If we didn't anyway, because we did, we now, it's got a bit more incentive on it for us to go and get this 3 points, because, yeah, that is a huge win for Chelsea. Coming from 2-0 down, what it does to West Ham, if you're pardon the pun, it's a hammer blow for them and their survival hopes. But Chelsea winning that in that way will be a huge lift for them for what's to come, and it was Enzo Fernandez as well. Yeah, anyway, let's just take care of our own business, shall we? Something we haven't done anywhere near enough of this season. Dan, Quadbod, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Eddie's gone for speed up front, counter-attack plan. Need our midfielders switched on to cover tonight. I think he has, by the way. Sorry, just been sidetracked by this. I'm pretty sure, let me just check my messages, but I'm 99% certain Chloe's just... he's out. Word for word, I'm sure she won't mind me reading this out. Here he is. He must have been having a shit or something, that man. So there you go. The inside scoop from Anfield. Alisson Becker is fine. He is now warm up. But he was like 10 minutes later than usual. So I think we were right to at least tell you all it was happening, because kind of what we're here for. But Alisson Becker is out and he is warming up, and he is potentially a couple of pounds lighter than he was half an hour ago. Yeah, listen, the way I said it earlier on, I do think Eddie Howe's one of the better coaches in the Premier League, actually, to be honest, because he doesn't just have one way, he doesn't have one method. He has the flexibility to change his approach. He would have a preferred method and a preferred system, obviously, but when circumstances dictate that's not possible and certain opposition mean that he's better served going a different way, I think he has the ability to flip it and to change it. Too many managers, most of whom are no longer in their positions, by the way, in recent times, have been stubborn, set in their ways. This is the way I play, like it all over it. This is who I am, mate. And then I'm not in the job anymore. Eddie Howe isn't that. So bit of credit where credit's due for that personally. But tonight, yeah, the counter-attack thing, Steve made the same point earlier on. It may well just be that. It might be that it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't ring true to me that Newcastle will Newcastle go anywhere, really, and sit back, soak up pressure. Maybe I've not seen them every minute of every game, because I definitely haven't, and maybe they have done this. Maybe there's multiple examples, but I don't know, it's none are springing to mind. I can't remember many Newcastle performances where they put, 9, 10 men behind the ball, soaked up pressure, and then just allowed themselves to be low block, and then they'll spring when they get the opportunity. I don't know. Am I misremembering Newcastle United under Eddie Howe? The lineup and the front three especially, it's a big chance Chelsea just blazing over the bar, should have been 4-2, Cole Palmer, suggests that it is that. Because again, the fact he's gone with 3 wingers as his front three and no out-and-out centre-forward is 100% the pacey option. And again, stands to reason that they will have the counter-attack approach and way. But I don't know. Doesn't feel like that's the way they're going to go. But again, it come back to my original point with Eddie Howe being very adaptable and willing to do things slightly differently and outside the box. Maybe this is the first example of him doing that in this way. Who knows? Because again, he's had Isak, obviously he was the out-and-out centre forward. Had Callum Wilson a little bit before that. Always felt like he had a proper recognised centre forward in some capacity. Even when the going got tough a little bit, he's done a bit of false nine stuff in there with certain different options. About to be a massive fight. I think Arne Slot, he's about to knock some. Wow, here we go. Wow, that's proper one. That isn't even handbags. That's having it. They are having it, Chelsea West Ham. It's in like the last minute. I think Traore was upset with a Cucurella tackle. Sorry, I've got to commentate on this because every single player on the pitch is got hands around each other's throats. It is kicking off. Adama Traore is not happy. Wow. He's speaking to the ref now. Who's that in getting involved as well? He is fuming. He has seen red. I'm just trying to work out. He's still going for him. He's not done yet. Callum Wilson just talked about his how to play peacemaker a little bit. Mate, has he won a corner? I think they've won a corner. Anthony Taylor's still trying to work out what he's going to do, by the way. That was nuts. Listen, we have these sort of like flashpoint semi-regular every weekend in the Premier League, don't we? But that was a proper one. I haven't seen one like that for a good few years, I don't reckon. Let's just watch it back. Cucurella's gone shoulder to shoulder with Traore. One winner there. Okay, I see, yeah. So it's gone out for a corner. That Adama Traore walk the shoulders back. That's unbelievable. That's the best thing I've seen for a while. So Cucurella went shoulder to shoulder with Traore. Come on. Hit the deck, obviously. But then like Traore sort of like threw him a little bit. Not by the hair, but by like the shirt. And then, yeah, it's just been an absolute kick-off from that moment on, really. Anthony Taylor's he's just a yellow card out. I assume VR's looked at everything. And Traore's been booked. Anyway, that was Jean-Claire Todibo's the next focus. He's the one who's proper red mist descended. We're going to get it from a different angle. What's Todibo done? Whoa, we've got to go. It's Todibo on João Pedro. He's fully grabbed him by the face stroke neck. He's got to get red carded for that. Because it's not just the fact that he's grabbed him, it's the fact that his head is on Mars at this point. Like, he wants to do physical damage to him. It's a red card. I'm sorry. You can't do that. And listen, I'm all for tempers flaring, a little bit of passion, but I think he's probably stepped over the line there, hasn't he? I think he knows it as well. He looks like a very guilty and worried man. Right now, sorry, I'll stop talking about West Ham Chelsea. But that was a real thing. Where were we? Liverpool have to win this game. Yeah, Liverpool do have to win this game. That's right. I do think, again, the importance of 3 points tonight is probably gone up a notch or two, given what we've just watched here. Because when it looked as though Chelsea were about to slip up, it's just been Cole Palmer, just been slapped as well. It's all going on. We may have had a little bit of breathing room, or at least an opportunity to, capitalise on somebody else's shortcomings, but it's not going to be the case now, is it? Looks as though Chelsea are going to get all 3 points. Therefore, the onus is on us to go and do exactly the same and at least go toe-for-toe and match them in that manner. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult night because, again, I think Newcastle have had their challenges in recent times, and they obviously had a really testing outing in midweek over at PSG that would have taken a lot out of their legs, and we already discussed the fact that a couple of key bodies liked themselves. But yeah, I just have this inbuilt fear about us post-positive European nights, because if history has taught us anything this season, is that after seemingly positive, blessed relief of winning games of football in Europe, we come crashing back down to earth with a little bit of a bang all too often. So Liverpool now haven't got Champions League football for a spell, obviously. So what Liverpool now have to do is somehow grasp the nettle and somehow remember what we are and get that appetite back for being good and being consistent week in, game out in the Premier League, with a little bit of FA Cup dropped in as well, because the Champions League has been that respite, has been a saving grace at times when it comes to the mood around all things Liverpool, but now that doesn't exist for a while. So can we focus all our attentions? And for the squad and the numbers, it should be for the betterment, but somehow mentally it hasn't worked like that in the Premier League especially. So yeah, can we get a little run going, get a bit of rhythm, get a bit of momentum, something we've drastically lacked for so long, of course. And Todibo has been sent off just for completeness on the West Ham Chelsea situation. Understandably so. It was an absolute nailed on red card. It was nuts. Always, again, an entertaining game against the Newcastle. Yeah, it is, by and large. We've had, as mentioned earlier on, we've played out some absolute classics against these down the years, haven't we? Some of the most memorable games in Premier League history, let alone Liverpool, between us and them. There've been some in very recent memory as well. You don't have to go all the way back to the Stan Collymore, Robbie Fowler days for them. The one, earlier on this season falls into that category. Obviously, there was the Darwin Núñez heroics at St James's Park. There's Fabio Carvalho's late winner not so long ago at Anfield as well. Like, it is a game littered with moments down the years. Will we see another one tonight? Who knows? Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, because the likelihood is probably, I think both teams have got both elements of them in them. Like, we've obviously got goals on our side, have been found wanting too often, I think, recently, but we've also got defensive vulnerabilities, and I think the same could be said for Newcastle as well. Both teams have faced challenges, I think, domestically this season as well. Definitely haven't lived up to the hype and expectations pre-season, without a shadow of a doubt, but still have aspirations of finishing the season strong. What that looks like for Newcastle, I'm not entirely sure. Probably Europe of some description. They would imagine minimum Europa League. For us, it's an absolute bare minimum that we get Champions League qualifications, isn't it? So there's a lot at stake for both teams. I don't think a draw does anybody any favours, really. So I do think we will see quite an entertaining, quite an open encounter with both teams desperate to win. And let's be honest, we've seemed to have forged this mini rivalry with Newcastle, largely borne out through transfers, but also I think some of the results and some of the games we've just touched upon have all fed in to this bitter little hatred we've got going on with them. When in reality, they aren't a proper rival of ours. The Carabao Cup final is probably another reason as well. There's been a few things in the past 3 or 4 years that I think have just stoked the fire of a little, not enemy, but slight rival that we're not a huge fan of. And I think the feelings are mutual as well. What's my opinion on Szoboszlai right back? Yeah, listen, I am... Again, I'd much rather see him in the heart of midfield because I think that's where he does his best work. I think he's absolutely imperative to us, full stop. But I think his importance, can almost be extended beyond the position. I think he's just important that he's playing, full stop. I think we've seen that a lot this season. And obviously what he does possess is the engine to do any job you want at right back. But I think beyond that, he's got that dead ball quality that I think can be really, really useful. He's got delivery from right back as well, obviously. And he does have that defensive acumen, defensive nous to deal with oncoming problems. The issue is he's not a right back by trade. Therefore, it will be tricky dealing with whether it be Elanga, Gordon, Harvey Barnes, whoever is over on that side at any given moment, because I said it right at the top of the show, they do have the ability to be really fluid and pose different threats on whether it be the centre-backs, the left-back or the right-back. So it's going to be a tricky night, I think, for the entire defence, actually, but I do think for Szoboszlai, because, again, his first nature isn't... He's converted forward to midfielder who's now being asked to play as a right-back, so he's been sort of converted all the way back. So it's going to be tricky for him. One of the saving graces, I think, and I don't want to speak too soon on this because I'll end up looking stupid. I think he's defensively sound. He's not great. He's not perfect. He's not the best defensive right back we're ever going to see, and he's not going to see that tonight in terms of his performance either. I think he's sound. He knows where he needs to be more often than not. He takes up proper, genuine right back positions. He's a very intelligent footballer, and he's willing to do the work required to get there as well, which is a big, big plus. I think none of Harvey Barnes, Elanga probably the most tricky, sort of skillful one. But to my mind, all three of Barnes, Gordon and Elanga are they're not the most sophisticated wingers of all time. They're very direct, they're full of pace, they're full of running power. And I think Szoboszlai's got the tools to deal with that. Again, I don't want to speak to you, but he's not coming up against, real sort of like footwork merchant who's just going to skill him at a sight and go beyond him. Like, he's not going to be bedazzled by what's going on in terms of footwork in front of him and skill. I don't see that happening necessarily. I think all three of them are quick, direct, and they want to knock it and go a little bit. And I just think Szoboszlai can cope with that personally. Again, I hope I'm proved right and don't look stupid in half an hour's time or whatever. But yeah, I'm quietly confident that Dom will be able to cope and do a job for us. But again, it's not his perfect position. It's not where he wants to be playing. So I think he can get a little bit of leeway regardless of what happens. That's a mad question. It's probably the bobsleigh thing though, but that's purely because of Cool Runnings, which is one of the greatest films of all time. But I'm not big. Curling's good actually. Curling's really quite enjoyable. I haven't watched any. Is that about to start? I think it's about to start, isn't it, the Winter Olympics? Not something I would go out my way to watch. But if I was at a loose end and the curling was on, probably sound with that. And the bobsleigh as well. But beyond that, I'm struggling. There's one, is it the ski jump? I never really understand. Starts next week, yeah, thanks. I never truly understand the ski jump. Because to me, my untrained eye, obviously, they all do the same thing. I don't see what... Listen, if one of them... Like, there's ends to this scale. Because if one of them like falls over, collapses, that's obviously wrong. But mostly they just do the same shit, don't they? And they all just kind of go as high as each other, as far as each other, and then kind of land and just do the little slidey off to the side thing. I don't know how people judge that. But again, I'm far from an expert. The luge hurling down a bobsleigh run on a T2. Yeah, I know it's dangerous. Some of it's proper dangerous. Is it the skeleton that's like that as well? I think that's pretty terrifying. But anything on ice, I'm dreadful on ice. That's I'm awful. I've never been ice skating. I'm too like cumbersome, like big. I'm not. It's not for me. I've got a balance for that sort of shit. It's a long jump on ski. Yeah, but with long jump, is it measured by distance then? Is it? because they just all do the same thing, don't they? I can see the difference in long jump. That's like visible, even to me, who's not a long jump specialist either. But the ice thing, I just feel like they do the same shit. Do I not find it worrying that this season, Salah and Maka have both spoken negatively of the club, and Jones and Robertson have been happy to leave and Canate won't sign? Is it ideal? No. Listen, Salah. Did Salah speak negative? I suppose he did. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It wasn't positive, was it? What he came out and said. I remember the McAllister stuff as well. And Jones and Robertson. I think that I'm not sure that's because of what's going on at Liverpool, as opposed to just being about their individual situations. Obviously, we know Robertson's coming to the end of his deal anyway. We know he might have had aspirations to play more football in the builds of the World Cup. For what it's worth, I actually think it's for the betterment of Andy Robertson if he doesn't play that much and he just keeps ticking over between now and then. Because I think him getting flogged left, right and centre would actually do him harm in terms of his fitness levels. So I think it's worked out okay for him. Who's the other one? Yeah, I think Curtis Jones probably just looks at what's going on in terms of other people, his peers, and other people of his profile, of his age, and he probably sees them getting spoken about in England circles, and Curtis Jones has been that at times, obviously, but it feels as though he's very much on the edge of that conversation. How much that means to him, obviously, I'm not privy to, but even regardless of the England stuff, and the World Cup year will amplify that in his mind and everybody's mind even more clearly, because professional footballers want to play in World Cups, generally speaking. But even without that conversation, even without the World Cup, Curtis Jones is at an age now, it was his birthday the other day, I think he turned 25, didn't he? Where he wants to be a regular starter, if not in amongst the first names on the team sheet for his football club. Now, Liverpool is his football club, and it stands to reason that he would do everything just to stay at Liverpool forever. But we don't know whether he has different aspirations, different thoughts. He probably does want to become a real key player at the top level of football, and he probably has the skill set with which to do it. I think some of the issues he's had in terms of making himself that for us have been out of his hands. It's mainly been injury stuff, but if he's getting no indication that A, the contract that he wants is forthcoming because he's in the final 18 months of his deal anyway, and also the fact that that chance, that opportunity to force his way into the reckoning might be hampered by new arrivals, by Arne Slot's plans, who knows, then he's probably going to start agitating for a move. And I'm not suggesting he's done that this time around, but when the reporting is that he's open to leave him, maybe shouldn't come as a huge shock. I think for what it's worth, it'd be a huge shame, but I could understand it from his point of view, because I can't sit and talk negatively about footballers who are happy to take their paycheck just to sit on the bench and never want to sort of better themselves and make themselves a regular at any level, by the way. He may well become a very, very, very good Premier League footballer somewhere else, who knows? I hope he doesn't, by the way. Or somewhere else in Europe. Liverpool might just prove to be one rung up from where Curtis Jones needs to be in order to become the guy. You know what I mean? But I've always said that players should be able to, or should want to, rather, have the desire to maybe drop down a level if it means they play all the time. I think Harvey Elliott had a little bit of that, hence the loan move that he went on. He was just desperate to get first-team football regularly. I think Kostas Tsimikas fell foul of not doing that for a little while. The fact that he was happy to be Andy Robertson's understudy for so long, and he might be a great character, he might love Liverpool, he's happy picking up medals along the way, but ultimately, when you're in the prime of your career, go and play football. And I think Curtis Jones is getting towards that sort of age now where he's probably starting to wonder if it's ever going to happen for him properly at Liverpool. He's nearly played 200 games, so you could argue it's happened, but will he ever really establish himself? He might be getting told, not likely. Therefore, might have to make a move. Or this could happen. That could feasibly happen. But again, I just wonder. Listen, Slot will obviously have conversations with players, but I do wonder how much even those sorts of conversations, sort of the future planning of Liverpool and the shape of the squad, it might be above Arne Slot, possibly. It might be a Richard Hughes situation. He might be the one taking care of those sorts of conversations, because I think everything now at Liverpool is aligned towards the director of football, sporting director, and of course Michael Edwards in a different way as well. But yeah, that's just my take on it. I think when we make sign, that's why the whole not signing players this window, because why would you sign a player for a manager whose head's on the chopping block, if it even is, or his position's certainly in doubt anyway. I think Liverpool would have signed players just for Liverpool, not for Arne Slot. I think the picture and the way we're heading is just slightly different than what we will be used to sign players specifically for a manager. I think we're going down a different path, personally. But yeah, let's wait and see. When will Slot start trusting Rio? I mean, he's trusted him at times. I think that the point you're making is obviously over Cody Gakpo. I do think we're some way away from that still. I think Rio's his best options right now and the best way we're going to see impacts from Rio Ngamoa, I still believe, certainly in the Premier League, is the way he's being used and handled. Now, I would like to see him more in this way as well, actually. I think dropping him into certain games with 10, 15 minutes to go, when he can have an impact and when he can make things happen, maybe when the game's a little bit stretched, you've come up against tired defenders, tired legs. I think Rio is still best utilised in that sense, because I don't think he's quite ready in terms of his all-round game, the all-round package. And I don't think he's quite ready fitness-wise even. We've overused young players down the years as well. We fell foul of that with Stefan Fachetis. Jadon Danns potentially comes into that conversation as well. Curtis Jones before is one we definitely overplayed and we had problems with thereafter. So you don't do that with Rio Ngamoa, nor Trey for what it's worth. But that's not to say you couldn't give him more 10, 15-minute cameos here and there when the game is in the balance. But yeah, I think Rio's got a lot more to learn before he starts starting Premier League games for us. And listen, the kid is exceptionally gifted. Like, there's no hiding from that. We spoke before about wingers who maybe aren't quite so skillful and don't have magic in their feet. Rio is definitely a kid with that. But again, it's the defensive side of things, it's the dirtier side of the work. And that's not to say he won't be willing to do it, but he just isn't quite as physically developed as Cody Gakpo. He hasn't been around senior football anywhere near as long as Cody Gakpo. There's a trust that Arne Slot definitely has in Gakpo, maybe blinded by some things as well, that he can't quite get from Rio Ngamoa just yet. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up now because two wonderful gentlemen have just appeared in my peripheral vision. So I'm going to disappear. Do enjoy the game. Hopefully we do enjoy the game and Liverpool get the job done, because as already mentioned, it's massive now. Take care. It's been a pleasure. See you all soon.
Going to Champions League by finishing 5th last year. They are only 4 points off 5th. They're in a cup semi-final. Now they've got it all to do because they lost 2-0 at home. They got through in just about in the FA Cup. I think they beat Bournemouth on penalties. They're still very much in the European Cup as well. They've got a playoffs to get through. So it's one of them where actually league form, they probably would expect to be a little bit higher, but they're not miles off it. And like I say, they're doing all right. They've done all right to the cups as well. It's been just a really mixed bag. I don't know quite what the expectations were. I suppose the biggest negative for them would just be that away form. You know, a couple more points on the road, and they've had some disappointing results on the road. You know, that's where all of a sudden you're having almost a really good season. The margins are so fine.
Yeah, I think as a whole they are far better than the away form would suggest. It's funny with Newcastle in that they do seem to go from one extreme to the other almost season after season. They were in the Champions League, then couldn't cope with the Champions League and the Premier League, didn't play in Europe altogether, then got back into the Champions League, and again they've kind of reverted back to that, maybe not really being able to cope with European competition and the Premier League at the same time. Because with Newcastle as well, after a long time out of Europe, they just jumped straight into the Champions League as opposed to maybe a gradual Conference League, Europa League journey and just going straight into the Champions League, which of course is where they want to be, especially with the money that they've spent, or the money that they're able to spend as well with the owners. So there is a lot of threat. I think Voltemada, for example, one that jumps out. He started so well, hasn't quite hit those heights recently, but where he hasn't filled in, Wissa actually has provided a few goals as well. And you mentioned that he obviously had a very similar situation to Isak in the summer when he just totally went on strike. And then the difference was when Isak, even though he has, of course has still had injury problems, Jon Dahl Tomasson then didn't play him for Sweden, whereas the DL Congo manager just chucked him straight back in, and then he got injured, and then he was out for about 2-3 months. So Newcastle have had their own issues in that regard. I'm sure we'll touch on a few in a moment, but obviously last year, there was, as opposed to 2024 as opposed to 2025, there was the whole Anthony Gordon saga, and that didn't come to fruition. And he is one that has struggled domestically, but in the Champions League, he's absolutely flown. I don't know whether you guys heard his quotes in the week about the comparison between the Premier League and the Champions League. He said effectively the Premier League is a lot more kind of physical. It's like a basketball game, whereas he sees the Champions League as actual proper football. So I do wonder if this week or this weekend, how much he's kind of looking forward to the game in those kind of regards to those kind of quotes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve. This is Jamie. We are about 10 minutes or so away from Liverpool versus Newcastle. We will have the entire game watch along for you, and yeah, a bit of post-match reaction as well. Loads to get our teeth into. Last time we spoke, we were talking about Chelsea maybe dropping points. They ended up winning, Jamie. Again, I think it's the result. To be honest, I think most of us would have expected. You got a little bit of hope there, but I think we all expected Chelsea to beat West Ham. The fact that they didn't do it as comfortably, if anything. But it doesn't change anything really for Liverpool. Like, Liverpool need to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. It's been far too long since they won a Premier League game. The European campaign, it's been parked now. It's back to business. And Newcastle, Liverpool's record against Newcastle recently is actually pretty good in terms of, especially at Anfield. But they're always difficult games, and there's nothing to suggest here that this is going to be anything but.
No, absolutely. And it, just having a little look at the table there, or as you say, you probably expected before a ball was kicked Chelsea to win that game, but now we can't go fourth. Now it's very, very likely the fifth is going to be a Champions League place, but you'd like that buffer of at least, if we can get on a bit of a run here and sort of cement fourth and make it look like it's going to be very, very difficult to dislodge us from fourth. I'd rather that than be scrapping around fifth, and you've got Man U in there, and Fulham seems to have come out of nowhere. Like the congested nature of the table, Fulham are kind of coming up behind us at the moment. But yeah, you never, as you say, we've got a decent record against Newcastle, but you never go into it thinking tonight's going to be an easy night. We had the Anfield game last season. It ended up being a bit of an easy night. We were just a much better side. They didn't. Maybe they were sort of saving a bit in the tank for the League Cup final, which, God knows we have to put in a better display than we did on that day. So yeah, it's tricky to know what to expect. Obviously, there's a little bit of, you'd think, a little bit of confidence in the tank from the 6-0 against Karabag, quality of the opposition notwithstanding, but you've got, as I was saying before, Salah scored a great goal. Ekitike, again, probably not the greatest opposition, but took his goal brilliantly the other day. Love a lovely goal from Ekitike. So we want to start seeing these players firing in the Premier League, and Salah, obviously, he had his issues before he went to AFCON. We want to see these players firing in the Premier League because it's been far too long. As I said before, we had the world's most boring, long unbeaten run. So I want to see maybe not a 6-0, but any kind of goal scoring exploits like the other day would be just what the doctor ordered.
I've changed my lucky shirt because the lucky green shirt worked for a while.
The luck's run out, has it?
We lost, but then I wore this one the other day and we won 6-0. So this shirt is currently 6-0 up. So I'm doing my part. If you guys want to do your part as well, hit the like button on the stream as well. You'd be foolish not to. We believe in. If you don't believe in karma, then soz, but we do. So if you're going to box up, these are two very patterned shirts in different formats, aren't you? Little circle-y, squiggly number there. I've gone for the training kit with the Shankly gate. So yeah, we're doing our part.
I'll let you down the other month with I had a fairly plain t-shirt on, and Chris. Both Steve and Chris were saying, "Where's your jazzy shirt?" So I've pulled one out for tonight. Come back strong, I think.
I admire it, mate. You've done a great job. You look fantastic as always. So yeah, listen, lucky shirt. We'll see how it goes. It fits me now as well, which is great. When Adidas first sent it to me, it didn't, so that helps as well. Right then, again, 6 or so minutes to go until the start of the game. Use the live chat, by the way, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to use the live chat there. If you're one of our Redmen Plus legends, you can use the Discord. We can bring your comments up throughout the course of the stream, of course. We love doing that as well. We love when you guys interact with us, so please go ahead and do that. Really does what's the word? Impact are showing a positive light. We really love you guys getting involved and interacting with us. The main talking points again from both teams. I'm going to actually start with them. Eddie Howe's definitely sprung a surprise there with his team, and if you'd have asked Arne Slot and Liverpool centre halves all week or last few days rather since the Carabao game, they have been definitely working on facing one of Voltemada or Visa. They probably weren't expecting Anthony Gordon centre forward, so that's an interesting one. And one that, Van Dijk and Kanate, it's a completely different challenge. He's probably more similar to Visa, obviously, than Voltemada, but Gordon isn't your out-and-out striker. He's going to rotate, he's going to get himself wide, he's going to try and run in behind. It is a little bit of a different problem, a little curveball thrown by Eddie Howe there.
Absolutely, and I think he's had some joy. I can't remember was it the one where Nunez scored the two? Gordon scored the first, didn't he? Yeah, and it seemed to... Van Dijk got himself sent off, didn't he? I'm trying to remember that game. I just remember that being probably some of the most joyous, non-final celebrations I've ever had in my life when Darwin scored that second one. So he's definitely had some joy against the likes of Van Dijk before. He's definitely had some joy against the likes of Liverpool. He's not always hugely effective, but he's just a pain. He has this reputation as going down easily, and you just don't want him running at you. You don't want the likes of Kanate making a bit of a rick and letting him in, So I can see why Howe's done it. I think, as I was saying in the build-up, having those three, if they can get Liverpool turned and they can run at Liverpool, I think that will be what they're trying to have as their way forward. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully, hopefully Liverpool dominate the ball and start quickly and score early and all of those good things. But you'd be a bit of an ambitious man to predict it with our league form, unfortunately.
Same with Newcastle's league form as well, though. They're patchy as well. It's two teams who are probably more doing better a little bit in Europe than they are in the Premier League for certain. Although Newcastle aren't miles off, they've got a League Cup semi-final coming up in a couple of days. They're right behind the 8 ball in that one. Though, that second goal that Manchester City scored against them really was a real hindrance towards Newcastle getting through to that one. But yeah, they're fighting on all fronts as well. Mark says, "Are you watching them from Hawaii again today, lads?" No, it's on UK TV, mate. We're sound. We're on the UK TV. We only have to go abroad when it's 3 o'clock on a Saturday. That's the only time really we don't get to watch the live broadcast here. So we're sweet. We're as sweet as a nut. Harry says there's only 438 likes. That's a shocker. I mean, that is a shocker. Come on, we're doing our part. I'm sure you can do yours. Over 2,000 people watching. I reckon those, as my good friend Errol would say if he was here as well, those maths ain't mathsing. So you need to pull your finger out there and get on that like button. For those asking, but I know if you asked before, where's Errol? Errol's at the game. And that's where Errol is today. And yeah, obviously, where's Chloe? 2 is at the game. There you go. There's if you don't know where they are and they're not in the studio, they're inside Anfield. That's kind of the way we're at today with it. Sorry, Chris. Chris is on the 1s and 2s. Well, you are here. You're here. He's not on the screen.
Allison seems to be fine.
Yeah, he's fine. Chloe put the
had his pre-match done. If you were here for the pre-match chat.
Yeah, he's fine.
If you weren't, I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. It's absolutely fine. We don't need to go on. But let us know your score predictions then in the chat. Let us know where you're watching as well in the world. What time is it? I know these 8 p.m. kickoffs can be a little bit of a ball ache for some people, but for others it's an absolute dream. I think there's people who, as you travel more west than us, who get to watch Liverpool in the nice middle of the afternoon or lunchtime kickoff on the west coast of America. The other side is the opposite. There'll be people as you're travelling east.
Struggling in Asia, aren't you? In Australia.
There's a couple of places, there's a few in Asia who aren't great with it. Australia might be that actually, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So do let us know your score predictions, whereabouts you're watching as well. Have you got a score prediction, Jay, before I have a little think and ask the people?
2-1 to Liverpool. He says with a really unconvincing look on his face.
I said similar. Josh said 3-2. So did views from midfield. Dave says, Steve, thank you for the picture with my son after the Barnsley game. He loved it. Oh, yeah, nice one, mate. You're welcome. No problem. I'm pretty sure you loved it more than your son. No, I'm pretty sure your son had no idea who it was. If it's the same guy in recollection, you can't just shove them in front of me and the lab was like, who's this fella? But yeah, nice one. I do appreciate it, mate. Always nice when people come and see us in the stadiums. Scott is going for a 2-1 as well. Paolo is going for 3-2 from Chile, Florida. Don't believe you. Yeah. SK's watching tomorrow morning. See New Zealand, perfect. Just go at the brekkie, perfect for the New Zealanders. Yeah, same for Rebellion Rob. 7 o'clock in New South Wales.
Little glass of Sauvignon Blanc, maybe.
9 a.m.
Probably a bit early, isn't it?
I mean, it's 8 o'clock here. So
breakfast wine.
Fill your boots. It's 8 o'clock here. It's 5 o'clock in Argentina, and Gottendolphin, apologies, got your name wrong, has gone for 3-1. Julie is in Salzburg. Dylan is in Texas at 2 o'clock. It's 22 degrees in North Carolina, says Tom, and he's not eager. You should be eager.
A freeze in 22.
Yeah, oh my God. You must be
F. Oh, right, Fahrenheit. That is cold, right. Sorry, yeah. I'll take that back.
Yes. Keegan is gone for a 2-1. It's 3 o'clock in Toronto. Perfect for the people, like I said, who are going that way. 10 o'clock in Bulgaria for Rustin. No score prediction. No. Chris has gone for a 2-1. Simon, Peter, hello from Ireland. Hello, Ireland. Has gone for a 3-0 as well as You'll Never Walk Alone. Belts out around Anfield. Paul's going for the famous 4-3 scoreline. It's been it's well known between these two teams. That is for sure. As the game now is underway, Newcastle kicking off, and they go long straight away, trying to hit behind Kirkes, and Liverpool will win the throw in. It was Anthony Elanga who flicked it on, and we'll keep an eye on this Newcastle formation because that looked a little bit. I know. I was thinking maybe Trippier was playing in a back three there, but he's advanced up the pitch. I don't think it is. I think it is very much 4-3-3 for the visitors as they bounce around. I've got my songs today. I've got my songboard. The songboard is on. I'll just let it ring a little bit closer and I can get it going. Let's go. There we go. Right then, Harvey Barnes up against right back Dom Szoboszlai. Doesn't go very far. Throw into the Reds. That'll be an interesting battle. Harvey Barnes, he's been a good goal scoring for him relatively for Newcastle. He doesn't always play, but he's made an impact, and he's the one tasked with trying to get the best of Sobo, who's playing obviously as the auxiliary right back for Liverpool. Right now, he switches the play, looking for Gakpo, who wins his header. I don't think Ekatike. Oh no, he does get there, but he just couldn't bring it under control, and that'll be a throw in to Newcastle. I think that was Thior who came across with Hugo, obviously very nearly signed for Newcastle at one point. Did Hugo Ekatike in the summer? He spoke about that in the mix on the other day. He basically he asked what happens if he boo you, and he went, I don't care, whatever. Anyway, here comes Newcastle with Lewis Hall trying to play Anthony Gordon in behind, and he might have got in, and the ball's played across, and Kirkes can clear corner for Newcastle. I mean, first sign of what Anthony Gordon can bring as that centre forward. He got himself on. It was a good, really good goal for Anthony Gordon. He got himself onside to go back again. Kirkes' clearance, I don't think he needed to concede the corner, to be honest with you. He obviously goes with his left foot, being left-footed, but I don't think he needed to be that rash with it, and Liverpool to have an early corner to defend.
As I was going to say, we don't want a repeat of the Dan Burn McAllister stuff from the final last year.
Well, then it comes now, Liverpool with Van Dijk clear from the corner, good header by Van Dijk as well. Someone's gone down there though. Willock's gone down. I don't know what happened to him. He's holding his ankle. I don't know if he landed funny, Joe Willock, but he's down in the box. Alisson immediately waved, so we'll have to see the replay. I don't know if he landed funny, Joe Willock, but an early stoppage for Newcastle. Let's see. Where is he?
He's with Wirtz. He just kind of twists his ankle, I think.
He didn't even jump.
No.
He's kind of having a little...
It maybe his foot caught in the turf.
I'm not exactly sure what happened there for Joe Willock, but he went down straight away. Yeah, you're right. It looked like his boot maybe got caught in the grass or something, and a little twist. So, a non-contact injury for Joe Willock. He looks in some pain. That might be the game done after 3 minutes. And Newcastle already with injury issues in midfield. This might have just added to it. He doesn't look in any great nick. He's hobbling off a little bit. There's Alexander Isak on Liverpool's bench. Not officially, just here to watch. They're not exactly blessed at this moment in time with midfield options. Lewis Miley, I guess, will be the one if Willock has to go off. They, of course, could bring one of their 3 centre forwards on and do a little bit of a jiggle around that way, but we'll see how Joe Willock goes. But yeah, for now, we're still waiting. Really, the game has come to a complete stop. And now we're back underway. We'll wait and see Newcastle down to 10 for a few moments. As Ibu Konate clears, going to be a throw in for Newcastle. Have they got a long throw in or do they not? Because it used to be Livramento who took the long throws. Yes, they do, and they're going to send the big fellas up. Why wouldn't you? Ben and Tio both come up. I'll be honest, I'm not fully aware of Lewis Hall's long throw capabilities. No. We're about to find out. No, we're not. He's gone short. To Tonali. Now, Szoboszlai hammers it off Lewis Hall and wins a throw. He nearly killed someone in the crowd as well. He apologises to the front row of the crowd because Szoboszlai just wellied that off Lewis Hall. And a little bit of a waste from Newcastle. I think they're still down to 10. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, you'd want to give him, because obviously without the two Brazilian lads in the centre, they are not exactly well stocked in central midfield. You probably want to give Willock a chance.
Yeah, right then here come Newcastle again. No, here's Anthony Elanga on the edge of the Liverpool box, trying to dink it through. It goes through to Alisson. Newcastle have started brightly though in terms of attack, that's for sure. Are they still that? I can't see Willock anywhere. Is he back on? I couldn't quite see. Is that him there, just in the middle? Yeah, I think it is. Anyway,
yeah. 28, I think, yeah.
Right, here comes Mo Salah, edge of the box to Vert. Vert jinks inside, just didn't take the ball with him. Konate tries to press Gordon and can't, and Newcastle can break again. Anthony Gordon's got a lot of room. And Kirkes has filled in our centre-back, so Ibu's going to have to come all the way over here, which I'm not sure was that wise. Gordon crosses towards the back post, too high for everyone. And I don't think Elanga will keep... No, he has kept it in. And he's found Lewis Hall as well. It's a bright start for Newcastle, to be fair.
Yeah.
And they might have just got themselves a corner. They have, yeah. Yeah, it's been 5 minutes of all Newcastle attacks, really.
Taking the game to Liverpool. I thought they'd probably be a bit cagey, maybe use the blueprint from the League Cup final. Just, as you know, we saw with that long throw, get the big men up, a kind of out-muscle Liverpool, a bit more physicality, but yeah, they've been taking the game to Liverpool. Not an ideal start from Liverpool point of view.
It's a second corner for Newcastle, to be fair. They put that with the first one well. This time Newcastle have got all the men doing the Arsenal thing. They're all behind the back post. Tonali is going to whip this one in. And it comes, it's headed away. Everyone's claiming goal kick. Newcastle get the corner. It was aiming towards Dan Burn. I couldn't see who got the touch on it for Liverpool, but it's going to be another corner from the other side. And once again, another challenge at the back post for Liverpool to try and defend. I mean, Liverpool got all their little fellas back there trying to block the big fellas, which is... they're so hard. They're all at the back, all trying to get themselves unmarked. It's Szoboszlai, I think, who's being tasked with trying to stop Dan Burn. As Hall whips the corner in deep again. I mean, that nearly went in, straight in. But Alisson got given as a foul given. He's not happy as well, Alisson. He's very rarely loses a temper, but he wasn't happy with something. Simon Hooper did give the foul, so even if that corner did go in, it would have been a foul on Alisson. Who fouls him?
I think it might Gordon's trying to block him, but...
I think Dan Burn... I think the ref gives it against Dan Burn, let's see.
I don't think there's loads in that.
He does push him. It is a nudge on Alisson. Right then, I mean, Liverpool needs to try and play some football here because it's been 7 minutes of predominantly Newcastle attacking. Salah goes for the little flick around the corner, out of play. Right then, halfway line, throw in for Newcastle. After Salah's little back heel didn't quite go his way. Newcastle battling in midfield then. Anthony Gordon was nearly played in, didn't quite get there. Liverpool defended well. Vert then tries to find Ekatike. Tonali stops that happening. At least Liverpool are trying to get the press on Tonali and he's forced all the way back. Someone's gone down for Liverpool off the ball there now. Kirkes has gone down now. I'm not sure exactly what's happened to Kirkes. I know it's McAllister holding his throat. There was an incident with Tonali. We'll have to see what happened. Let's see. It's Gordon. There's a little bit of a lash out from Anthony Gordon, but I think McAllister's made the most of that. He's holding his chest, McAllister. Gordon does give him a little touch. I mean, McAllister, he did take a whack, but I think he's kind of making the most of it. Anthony Gordon did throw an arm at him.
For a man who's been sent off, it's foolish by Gordon.
It's more of a. I don't think it hurt McAllister
it's a bit
as much
embarrassing
as that.
from McAllister. He's trying to obviously draw attention to it, but yeah, I predict he will be okay. Understatement of the year. He's all right. Look.
I think Alexis is quite. I think he was trying to get Anthony Gordon sent off.
Yeah,
there was a bit of a lash out from Anthony Gordon.
Yeah,
but it wasn't that. But I think Gordon needs to be careful. Anyway,
Tony the Red, is he too amped up?
He's lucky. He's lucky that I never caught him in the face. He kind of pushed him in the chest, but he did fling the arm. But
yeah,
I think Alexis made the most out of that. To be honest with you, let's get on with the game. You don't need that. Right then, Dan Burn pressed by Hugo Ekitike, but that will be a throw-in, unfortunately, to Newcastle. I think.
Well, 10 minutes in, Liverpool have looked very much like the away side so far. It's they've barely got anything going.
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes that Newcastle will be way more than happy with, as they've just won themselves a free kick, which I imagine they're going to send long. It's left-hand side, about 20 yards into the Liverpool half. I think that, Trippier's going to go over and curl it right-booted. And Dan Burn's gone up, Thiaw's gone up at the back post as well. I'm guessing Kieran Trippier's looking for Dan Burn around the back post. And it comes. Newcastle kind of do get first contact on it. It's bobbling around within the box. Someone needs to get it clear. For now, they haven't. And here's Hall trying to get to the byline, but Sobo's done well. Don't foul him. Excellent by Szoboszlai. And on ball in the end by Hall, he fell on top of the ball. It wasn't a foul, lad. He tried to buy one, did Lewis Hall, and nothing given. Right, then Liverpool go back to Alisson. Ooh, Andy Gordon.
Hang on a sec.
It's just, he's gone sliding in.
Yeah.
He's been booked for that.
Yeah.
He's tried to take the ball off Alisson. Alisson's gone down. Where did he catch him? If that's on the shin,
it's very reminiscent.
He's
of
been
the Van
booked,
Dijk
Andy
one.
Gordon. Yeah. Where does he catch him? Like, can we see a closer replay, please? Let's see. That's high, that, you know. That's on the shin. I don't think it's a red. No. I don't think he's going to get red card for it, but
he's not learned his lesson, has he? I mean, it was
totally
unnecessary.
For what it's worth, if he'd got booked for the yellow, he could have been booked for the thing with McAllister. It wasn't. He's gone flying in there. I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to press the goal into a mistake. I mean, Alisson had got rid of the ball and then was wiped out by Anthony Gordon. Where did he catch him? I don't think it studs up, is it? So I don't think VAR are going to get involved in that one. I think Virgil van Dijk's asking the question about that, and so is Alisson. Look where he got me.
You're always a little bit worried in these situations, but Alisson's back to his feet now.
A few people in the chat saying they thought red card. I didn't think red card. Again, he caught him high-ish, but I don't think it wasn't with the stud, so I think probably fair enough. Anyway, but we're back on the way. Andy Gordon's got to be careful now. He's got himself a very early yellow card, and he's very amped up playing against this boyhood club with all his family who support Liverpool. It's a bit feisty game. Yeah. So there's a few little bits and bobs going on. Newcastle trying to maybe rough Liverpool up a little bit. Liverpool haven't got going though, to be honest with you.
No.
As Newcastle go back to Nick Pope. Right then. Ball goes back to Pope via Trippier's head so we can pick it up this time. Yeah, Liverpool for 12 and a half, nearly 13 minutes. Yeah, Liverpool just haven't got going at all. They've had less of the ball. They haven't really done anything. Now they've got a chance with Szoboszlai picking up the loose pass to maybe try and do something. Just need a bit of possession if we can. Right, then here's Virgil van Dijk. What's he got cooking? He thought about the switch to Salah, but chose not to, which I think was the right option. Look at Newcastle, they are 4-5-1 without the ball. Like there's a line of 5 just cutting out passing lanes. Seen that? The spacing behind them, where someone's going to have to find it. But Newcastle have basically they built a wall of 5 across the middle of the pitch, and they're going to dare Liverpool to try and play through it. Ibu Konate tries to go over it and just chips it to Nick Pope. That was poor. If that's going to be their game plan, which again was defensively, they literally they weren't marking players. They just had a line across the pitch. Someone's going to have to be able to be a bit cuter. As Nick Pope hits long. Anthony Elanga wins his header, but so does Virgil. Work for Canate to do. Does all right. And Gakpo does well there to bring it down to his chest and spins away. Excellent play by Cody Gakpo. And he's across the halfway line. It's really good from Gakpo. Needs to find a pass. It doesn't. And I think it was Willock on the comeback who managed to get a boot and come back. It was excellent play by Gakpo. He was looking for a ball though, and there wasn't really one on. But he did well. He brought it down on his chest. Jay spun past a few and sprung into action, and that's what you need.
Yeah, really nice work from Cody there. I was just going to say about the Newcastle setup out of possession. That's been the big frustration in the league as Salah spins.
Right, then ball out wide from someone like 2 meters. Don't want to cross towards it. Dan Burns there. That's a waste. Usually, though, teams have been low block. These are like mid block with a block of 5. They're not deep. No. They're just cutting off passing lanes. Liverpool, someone's going to have to come deep, and Liverpool are going to have to be smarter. Gakpo realises that now and tries to drop into the hole. And Ekatike's drifted to the left. Here he is. Finding Alexis. Switch out wide. But yeah, I think Liverpool have realised now someone's going to have to drop each time to come and get the ball. Maybe Mo Salah fancies a little go at Lewis Hall here. Gives it away, does Mo. But it will be a throw in to the Reds. Right,
it's still
15 minutes gone. Sorry, Jay, and I'm just going to check the likes very quickly. We're not on 1,000 yet, so get those likes in. Go on, what was your point?
It's still, it's not, it's not like a Burnley style low block, but it's still throwing the gauntlet down to Liverpool to say, can you break us down? And that's been the big frustration in a lot of these Anfield fixtures, the Leeds game, that were all the promoted sides basically.
They felt a lot deeper than this. I don't think Newcastle are deep. It's more like they will press high like they're trying to do now. Yeah. But when we get into their half, they just literally build a wall of 5 across the midfield and go, can you just play through us? And so far, Liverpool really haven't been able to do that. Here's Alisson on the ball, plays it to Gravenberch. I think we're going to see a lot of this. Liverpool players dropping really deep to get on it. This time Liverpool do go long, looking for Kerkez in behind, but the ball trickles through to Nick Pope. It was Gravenberch trying to spring Milos Kerkez, but too much on it. And Newcastle's goalkeeper can kick long. They're definitely targeting a Langer up against the Kerkez in the air. But Virgil van Dijk comes around this time and just mops that up with ease. First time really we've seen much of Florian Wirtz. Goes for the big switch to find Salah. Just a little too much on it. Right idea, just a bit too much.
If we were managed by Simeone or Mourinho or somebody like that, to be saying, go and bang into Anthony Gordon, wind him up. He looks a bit hot-headed. Yeah. Feel like Liverpool haven't really had that in them much recently, and it's been a bit annoying. I feel like we've been too nice, and all the business last week with the 10 men and all that. Chance here for Ekatike.
Ekatike from the edge of the box, shoots, good efforts. Nick Pope saves relatively comfortably down low though. And in fact, he's not only saved it, he caught it and threw it down the line to Trippier, and Newcastle trying to break. Well, I think Alanga ran offside, so I think Trippier was wise not to pass it, but Newcastle now worked it to the left. Willock's fine, he's back on the ball, and he's dribbling through Liverpool's box, and Canate clears. He was shaved his head.
Yeah.
Right then, potential long throw-in coming again.
Curtis, those suits that people used to wear at festivals where you just completely...
Bit of a snoot.
Yeah, it looks like one of them.
Right then, long throw comes in. Dan Burns headed that back to where it came from. Really, defensive header more than anything. And eventually Liverpool can clear. Tonali battling with Salah, but Newcastle forced back to the halfway line. Where Trippier gives it away. Can Liverpool break with Salah? He's in his own half. Salah being chased by Kieran Trippier. Salah into the box. Can he find a pass? He took forever. And in the end, Newcastle win a goal kick. Mo broke away. I mean, he's not as quick as he used to be, Mo Salah, I think it's fair to say, because Salah of old is not getting caught by Kieran Trippier at all there, but he seems in 3 minds, Salah, what he's trying to do. I think it maybe should have been a corner, we'll see. Probably a goal kick, actually. Salah, I think he's waiting for the pass, but we've seen Salah of old try and right foot that one into the corner.
Well, I was going to say he's always going to try and get her into his left, but actually he can finish with his right. We have seen it
I think he was waiting for the pass, but again, Salah of old, I think,
Yeah.
sprints away from. I don't think Trippier has a chance.
Thumping header from Kerkez.
Yeah, Kerk has done well there and found Ekatike. And Liverpool have a throw in on the edge of the Newcastle box this time. Right then, a throw in that Liverpool have taken. They've gone back to Kanate, trying to play through the line. Salah's turns, beautiful. He gives himself half a yard from Lewis Hall. Can he go at him again? Salah goes for the cross. Just a weak cross, really, and easily cleared. Newcastle have cleared up the pitch. Ref says play advantage because Gordon's got there. Salah definitely commits the foul. Someone's got to go with the runner. There's a man in the box, completely free.
Well done.
And Van Dijk cuts it out just in the nick of time. Harvey Barnes was busting a gut to get into the box. And actually, nobody had... I don't think anybody had really tracked him, really, but Van Dijk cuts it out. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, McAllister's trying, but he's nowhere near.
No.
Good job, Virgil gets on the end of that.
I don't really know what Ibu was doing there. He went with the run, but then he was nowhere near intercepting the ball. Yeah, vital interception by Van Dijk.
Anyway. Newcastle corner, Kieran Trippier to take. In swinger coming in. Corner comes in.
Oof.
I think it was in.
Yeah.
Liverpool needs to be careful there. I think, to be fair, it was a Liverpool head that got on it, but it wasn't a million miles away from being flicked onto Dan Burn. It was Sobbo trying to mark him, and Sobbo lost him. Did Alisson punch that?
I think it was Gakpo.
See? Yeah, good header by Cody Gakpo, to be fair.
I remember the final last year I said, we don't want to be giving Newcastle too many corners, and they immediately scored. So I'm sort of pre-jinxing myself there, so that won't happen now.
Hall deep this time over everybody.
There you go.
Nice one, Jay.
There you go.
As the Liverpool fans sing the Diogo Jota song, nice applause from the Newcastle supporters as well, which is lovely to see. As Liverpool take the goal kick. Sobbo down the line into Wirtz. Can he get it under control? Yeah. Finds Gravenberg. Liverpool trying to play out from the back. Kind of again being forced into it. They just look a bit sharper than us. It feels like with and without the ball.
Wirtz has struggled for influence, hasn't he? Not being a match high on quality other than maybe Gakpo's spin, that was good.
Can Gakpo deliver again this time? He's on the right, plays it down the line. Good ball to Wirtz. Back heel from Wirtz, doesn't quite get there. Trippier cuts it out, but Gakpo's battling. No, it wasn't a foul! Why did he give a foul for that? He's fucking shit himself there because the player's gone down. It wasn't a foul. There's absolutely no foul there.
He just throws himself.
Trippier's just jumped on the floor. And it's a goal. Well, it's free kick rather for Nick Pope to kick up the pitch. Goes right down the middle of the pitch this time. Liverpool let it. Well, by Szoboszlai nods it back to Alisson. That'll do it. They scored with a kick right down the pitch in that 2-2 game, remember? And maybe there's something because they tried it a couple of times there, just right down the middle. Kanate and in the end, so we'll do quite well on that one. But then Liverpool have got to try and figure out this Newcastle because they are pressing high. Liverpool need to move the ball.
Yeah, it's quite a sort of a fluid system. They're pressing high, but then once Liverpool get across the halfway line, they're sitting in. But it's not a low block; it's
they drop into shape.
A line, isn't it? Yeah.
They're basically what they're trying to do as much as they can. They're almost man for man and trying to block out passing lanes. And Liverpool, they're going to dare Liverpool centre halves to try and beat them. This time, Alisson goes long looking for Gakpo. He wins his header. But Kerkez can't quite get there against the line.
Never a foul, ref. Oh. Maybe he was pulling his shirt.
He's a fucking dog shit referee, him.
Yeah. they're just ones where basically as a defender you can just throw yourself and you're always going to get it, and everyone knows what's going to happen. It's dead annoying.
Oh, Nick Pope's pass isn't the best. Oh, it just trickles to Trippier. Gakpo just couldn't wait there. And now Newcastle might be away because Gordon's dropped in and he's got runners. It's a good ball out left. Work for Sobbo up against Barnes. Barnes cuts inside. He's looking for the angle to shoot. Goes down on the edge of the box. Free kick, Ryan Gravenberch. No real complaints from Gravenberch.
Look guilty, didn't he?
Let's see. Yeah, looks like he just catches him on the boot, I think.
Which, if he pulls out, I think Barnes is running into Verts there. Maybe a bit close. I mean, Trippier's a decent set piece, so you get...
It's about 2 yards off. Look at Mo Salah, just gegging it. The Newcastle players are playing and Mo Salah was just having a little listen to who's going to take it. You've got to presume Kieran Trippier is the favourite.
I think you need kind of a right-footed version of Salah's free kick.
It would be hard to get. It would be hard to get this up and down, and maybe they're going to work something because they've got Barnes, Tonali, Hall, and Trippier all around this. Like I say, Trippier we know can absolutely strike a free kick. Can we get on with the game? Like, how long's it take? Right then, free
I can
kick
see this going at
Let's see.
Alisson's side.
They've backheeled it to Barnes. He's hit the post. Oh, they very much went for the same free kick that Liverpool have used a couple of times. The little back heel to shift it. And Harvey Barnes struck. But he struck the woodwork.
Tell you what.
I don't think Alisson's getting there.
Well, they were listening to me clearly there.
Yeah, you're right. You called it.
I thought it was going to go that side. Alisson's not getting there.
He might have, but he might not have. It just didn't come back enough for Harvey Barnes. They did it with the curler. And Liverpool get a sigh of relief as Trippier goes long back post, looking for the head of Gordon. Cody Gakpo clears.
Loads to hang your hat on as a Liverpool fan, unfortunately, so far. We've had a shot by Ekitike that wasn't any trouble for Pope. Salah had a breakaway and then kind of was caught in two minds, but...
Right then, this man out swinger for Newcastle. Trippier goes out swinger this time. And that'll be a goal kick. I think it was... Oh no. Not the corner. Oh geez, they're racking up these.
Yeah.
I think it was Thior who... I thought he heads the referee saw something. He's given another corner. It looked like he just headed it straight out of play, but another corner. Corner comes in again. This time it's nodded into the mixer and Liverpool clear. I think it was Gravenberch who got rid of it, but still work to do because it's drifted out to the left for Barnes. Cross comes in again. It's gone all the way through. Alisson nearly missed that one. I think Verge at the back post just does enough.
I feel like Newcastle are knocking on the door
Let's
here.
see this. What happens here?
Overlap. Oh,
everyone missed it, to be fair.
Yeah.
Alisson doesn't get there. And I think Virgil just, what's this? He just gives a little nudge at the back post there. So that he's done really well, Virgil there.
Yeah.
He's just stopped Dan Burn in his tracks. But it was Thior who went near post and Burn who went back post. And for Liverpool living dangerously. There's only so many, I mean, Jay mentioned before, how many corners can you give a team? You've got to be very careful. They've had 7 corner kicks.
Yeah.
And yeah, Liverpool... Again, Newcastle haven't created a lot from those set pieces,
no.
but at some point they will. You know what I mean? You got to be careful.
We're not playing like the home side. It's not. Yeah.
No, Newcastle are definitely the better of the first 28 minutes. Liverpool haven't quite figured this out. Yeah, as the ball bounces on the edge of the box, Liverpool half clear, but not really. Canate chases up after Willock and does well, actually. Good.
Well done.
No, he got the ball! clearly got the ball. Am I an idiot? Does he not get the ball? How is that a foul? That's unbelievable decision from Simon Hooper. And Newcastle have a free kick. I mean, that's a horrendous decision. Horrendous decision.
It looked in real time like a well-timed
It just
tackle.
was.
It looked in any speed like a well-timed
It
tackle.
looked like a good tackle because it was a fucking good tackle. Oh, fuck me, honestly. That's a bad decision, that. But Newcastle have another chance to send all the big lads forward and send in another set piece. In it comes again. Headed away though by Sobbo. Tonali from miles out blasts it into the cop. And that's I mean, Liverpool get away with it in the end. Simon Hooper, mate, that was a bad one. But Liverpool, it's been half an hour. Liverpool haven't got going at all. No. Anfield's trying to get them going. You can hear the songs. Liverpool have won a throwing up the pitch. They could just do with a bit of a spell down here, really, where they keep the ball.
I was saying earlier, the criticism's been, a lot of sideways passing and all that. We haven't had hold of the ball enough to even do sideways passing or anything that decent from Liverpool has been breaks.
Yeah,
with people running at pace.
Yeah, you're right. Here goes Kirkers down the left, looking to beat Elanga. Can't, and just gives it away in the end to Trippier. Newcastle will try and play from the back. They've done well, actually. They've worked that well. Liverpool's press was half existent, to say the least. And it's been worked out all the way to Lewis Hall. Now Salah will go and try and press him. Force him backwards. Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Take it off them, boys. Take it off them, boys. Oh, he's lunged in, Lewis Hall. He got the ball, though. Could have been dangerous if he never, but Newcastle have come away with it. And here goes Willock up against Kanate. That's going to have to be a Liverpool throw-in. I tell you what, Lewis Hall's half lucky there,
Yeah.
He's lunged in there. He is very lucky that he didn't catch Florian Wirtz high up because he's
2 feet off the floor. He's done well, controls it quite well, doesn't he? Because it looks like, this could be a bit of a leg breaker, but gets his foot down in time.
And Liverpool with Virgil van Dijk crossing the halfway line just haven't got going at all, like we keep saying. I'm not sure what the plan is really, but Newcastle have got that line of 5 across the middle again. Good ball by Virgil, that's how you break it. Finds Wirtz into Ekitike, back to Wirtz. Better from Liverpool. Here's Mo Salah right hand side. He's going to have to try and go at Hall again. Salah's tried that pass 4 times now. Mo, they're onto it, mate. It hasn't worked. I think for Liverpool to get some joy over there, Salah's going to have to try and beat Lewis Hall. Because they just double up on him and he's trying to play that little slide rule pass into Ekitike or to Wirtz. It's not there. And Liverpool, they look lost for ideas really already with this Newcastle, again, defensive system of just trying to cut out these lanes. Good ball by McAllister, breaks in behind Gravenberch. Gravenberch looking for Ekitike! Ekitike dinks it! Nick Pope sticks a big paw out. And it'll be a Liverpool corner if that goes out. Is it going to go out? It trickles out just about. It was excellent by McAllister. Really good by Gravenberch. He was onside Ekitike as well. Goes for the dinky finish. To be fair to Nick Pope, he stands up.
He reads it, doesn't he?
I think Ekitike's hoping he goes down, but Pope uses his frame. Wouldn't it be something if Liverpool could score off a corner? Newcastle have had 7. This is Liverpool's first one. You're half gamble there, don't you? Do you chip it or do you keep it low? And you just have to hope that the goalie does the opposite.
Needed a Nunez finish from the other year.
Corner comes in deep, looking for Ekitike, but straight into the hands of Nick Pope. Disappointing for Liverpool. And Newcastle can look to break. As Elanga drifts inside.
Gordon's got loads of space there.
To be fair, Kanate kind of half tackled him on the way back. And then Gravenberch gets back and cuts out the long ball, which was good defending by Gravenberch. Can Liverpool launch a bit of a mini counter here now then, with Newcastle with men up? I mean, Kirkers forgot to take the ball with him, so that won't help. And Ekitike's looking for support. There's been a couple of times though Liverpool have played the ball through them lines. Van Dijk first and then McAllister. And it does trouble Newcastle because they're so high up. They almost get caught with men in front of the ball.
Yeah,
if you can do it.
1 or 2 little bits of quality from Liverpool. The likes of Wirtz has obviously got that in his locker as well.
Liverpool switched that wide. Yeah, here's Mo Salah. Thinks it near post. Straight to Nick Pope though. Ekitike went back post. Salah's pass went near post. But Liverpool, it feels like they're starting to get to grips a little bit with what Newcastle are doing, and they're finding ways around it. Salah, yeah, he's going near post, and Ekitike just drifts off to the far. Liverpool got it again. It does well. Gravenberch to Salah. Go on, have a go at him. There you go. Salah into Verge. Back to Salah. It's all a bit scrappy though. Salah to Gravenberch. Might hit it. No, takes a touch inside. Probably should have hit it. Took too long. Why don't we shoot? And then Newcastle are going to try and break with Gordon. And Konate shows good pace.
Hold on.
To get back. Gravenberch has to shoot there, left footed. He has to.
Yeah.
Has to shoot. I know he's right-footed, Jay, but there was no time to drag it back. There's too many men.
Might get a little deflection on the way through or whatever. It was all set up there. But Liverpool probably had the best 5 minutes. Created a clear chance with Ekitike and a few other little decent moments. But
I think they've got to grips with what Newcastle are doing, and they're trying to figure out ways, and they have, to be fair. Gakpo now into McAllister. Back to Gakpo. Gakpo went down. Nothing given, no. Gakpo looked at the ref, but Simon Hooper wave play on. Gakpo's still down, by the way.
He's off the ball.
He's down in the box, but Liverpool have won it back with Gravenberch. Gravenberch from distance does shoot this time, straight at Dan Burns' head. He's a big target, to be fair, and Gravenberch smashed him in the face. Didn't shoot from 18 yards, decided to shoot from 40. And here come Newcastle down the right. Liverpool need to get some men back, because ball is played and to Harvey Barnes on the edge of the box. It's found its way to Gordon. Shoots 1-0. It's been coming, man. Anthony Gordon scores against Liverpool in front of the Kop. They got a bit of good fortune with how it fell to him, but you can't say you're massively surprised.
Yeah, it feels like a very
scruffy goal, but
25-26 Liverpool goal to concede. A bit of a breakaway, people not quite set. Little bit of a scruffy element, can someone clear that before it falls to Gordon? It's a decent finish. It's like a bit of maybe a 4-on-4 temporarily.
It's McAllister's tackle that makes it, that falls to Gordon. Gordon does well. Like I said, you get a bit of good fortune because it's Barnes, a little nick off McAllister. Gordon's finish is excellent. Yeah. To be fair, it is, but yeah, Liverpool just, ironically, they just had a little bit of a bright period as well. But
through the legs, yeah, it's a good finish.
Yeah, it's a good finish. And again,
yeah.
But like I say, Liverpool, you said, didn't you, the counter-attack's going to be where they're going to try and hurt you. Again.
Yeah, that's the thing that when we were talking about the lineup, like when are we uncomfortable? We're uncomfortable when there's people like that running at us at pace. We weren't quite set. Maybe a little bit of misfortune. I don't know if McAllister can put his foot through that harder and it doesn't fall to Gordon. I don't know, but it just feels like a goal we've seen quite a lot.
Joe Willock had the freedom of the right-hand side. Like I say, they do get a bit of good fortune the way it falls to Gordon, but they've earned the luck, to be fair, Newcastle. And Liverpool trail 1-0. Here they go, trying to look for an immediate response. Ekitike, oh, he shouldn't shoot! Why did he shoot?
Trying to create a bit of a picture book goal again. Surely can't he get that out of his feet and have a shot? Yeah, doubly frustrating because it was Liverpool's best period of the game before that goal.
Liverpool do have a corner now. I thought Ekitike got a shot. He tried to lay it into Gravenberch. And there's Mo Salah with the corner. The last one went straight to Nick Pope. He needs to keep it away from him. He goes near post this time.
Awful.
Probably worth keeping it away from Dan Burn as well. Salah lifts it straight back in. No, Konate knocks it on. Can Liverpool get there? Oh. Ekitike goes down. A challenge by Kieran Trippier. Again, Newcastle have got the ball for now, nothing given by Hooper. Ekitike went down in the box, no idea what happened to him, but not on forthcoming. With the Fernando is Anthony Gordon on the attack. He's into the Liverpool box, right hand side, goes across goal. Alisson saves, and Liverpool can clear quite comfortably now up to Gakpo. Although he's pressed by man on Kirkhead. Kirkhead's walk. I mean, he's Gakpo might get the loose ball and does. Go on, Cody. Come on, Cody. Cody finds Salah. Go on, a bit of space for Mo Salah. Have a go. Mo Salah, he's got Szoboszlai in. Doesn't get there, though. Salah gets a second chance. Dinks into the box. Clear by Newcastle, though. The Reds recover to Alexis. Dinked over the back post. Too easy. Liverpool win it back again, this time with Gakpo and Ekitike. Ekitike into the box. Bit of scrapping from Ekitike, which is nice to see. Sobo from distance, my fancy one. No, goes the ball into Salah. Salah shoots at the goal, he saved, but I think he was offside.
Yeah.
His offside flag did go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure he was, it's tight.
Yeah.
Probably should be a corner. Won't see that challenge on it. He does kick him in the shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, does he not? It's not a foul.
He does kick him in the boot. I mean, there's. Are we going back to? Was it the Brentford game where this Van Dijk gets done for something? You know. I mean,
it's probably one of them.
Ekitike's not in control of the ball as such, but
probably one of them that VAR aren't going to give.
No. There's been nothing of the other Gakpo one where he went down, so I'm presuming there was nothing in that.
No, here come Liverpool again, good ball through to Ekitike. He's got Kirkes to his left, not going to use him. Instead goes to Gakpo and on to Salah. Come on, Mo. Salah goes for goal blocked. My fault to Gravenberg to Wirtz. Can he get out his feet? He's dancing around, Florian Wirtz pulls it back. Yes! And it's Hugo Ekitike against the club who tried to sign him. It's magical feat from Florian Wirtz. It's a wonderful, wonderful bit of magic from Liverpool's German. And it's poked home by Hugo Ekitike. He looked desperate to score there, Jay. And yeah, a little bit of genius from Florian Wirtz and Liverpool back in it.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times recently. Wirtz, he's twinkle-toed. Yeah, he's so good there. Just waltzes past a few in that Newcastle defence, and I thought he was going to have a swing at that with his left foot, but he doesn't. He picks the right option. He sets up Ekitike. Brilliant from Wirtz.
Oh, it's excellent.
Lovely.
It's excellent from Wirtz. It's excellent from Ekitike as well. Just toe pokes it, I think, through Nick Pope's legs. No, just down to his side. Brilliant from Liverpool. They get a bit of good fortune because Salah's cross ricochets nicely to Gravenberg, but then what's this from Wirtz? 1, 2, 3, see you later.
Yeah.
One of them falls over. Excellent from Hugo Ekitike at the near post. Eddie Howe wasn't happy. Liverpool are. Get in. And Liverpool's new signings making the difference there. And Alexander Isak's happy.
I saw a clip of...
Oh, fucking hell. Oh. Newcastle on the attack again. How are they in the box? They're in Liverpool's box. Oh, and they've nearly scored. And it's gone behind. I don't know how. We were watching a replay and all of a sudden... I mean, it's one ball through the middle. Fucking hell, Liverpool. And it was Joe Willock beats... I mean, he gets a bit of good luck again. Van Dijk comes across to be fair and does brilliantly, but a corner to Newcastle.
It's their kick-off. How would we like that out of position? I don't know what happened there. Deary me.
But it's a corner to Newcastle.
Another corner.
In comes the corner. Alisson punches. Mo Salah can little dink. Oh, Salah just didn't get enough on the clearance. If he did, Newcastle might have been vulnerable to a counter. As it is, the ball's going to come back in towards Dan Burn. It's gone over everybody. Goal kick to Liverpool. Anfield singing the name of Hugo Ekitike. And Liverpool go long with Kirkes. Who's he looking for? He's looking for Ekitike. He's found him. Great pass. And there's Ekitike. Go on, Hugo. Have a go. Go on, Hugo. Oh, yes! What a goal! What a striker! We've signed an absolute genius! Oh, Hugo Ekitike! One long ball up the pitch. He carries it into the box and then with his right boot just toe pokes it past Nick Pope. What a player! He's an absolute superstar! These wanted to buy him. I'm sure glad we did. In the blink of an eye, it's 2-1 to the Reds. Unbelievable scenes at Anfield. It's absolutely magic. He's onside. It's a goal. It's unbelievable centre forward play, Jake. That's as good as it gets.
It's been a mad couple of minutes there. What a finish that! Like, I was thinking, what's he going to do here? Is he going to have a shot on his weaker foot? No, he isn't.
Oh my God!
It's a bit of an R9 finish that from back in the day. I mean, impudence, cheeky, I don't know what you call it, but what a finish that is.
Out of this world good from Hugo Ekitike. He just strides into the box and they're desperate for him to, I think they want him to shoot on his left, but he just toe pokes it with his right. He pulls the badge, he nods his head, he takes a bow. They do it all, Hugo. Oh, what a signing, what a player. Oh, you know what, for all the ills of this season, Liverpool have signed an absolute superstar. That boy is a genius. That's as good as it gets. That's as good as a couple of minutes as a centre forward can have. Out of this world good from Hugo Ekitike. And Liverpool lead 2-1. And here they go again.
I tell you what, that 4-3 prediction is looking all
Here's
right.
Vert. Oh, he was looking back to Ekitike. I think he should have shot. But Liverpool in the attack now. It's all turned around in the blink of an eye. 2 goals in 2 minutes.
Mad. Like, because Newcastle kicked off and then all of a sudden seems to be clean through on goal. Then about less than a minute later, Ekitike's through. There's no one back for Newcastle. What a finish that was.
And as Woody said here, that lad is quality. He absolutely is. He's a genius. That's unbelievable centre-forward play, that. Just kick. I know it looks dead simple, little right foot toe poke, but
to be that precise.
Yeah,
from there.
It's just, you know what it is? It's Torres-esque, where you just...
I was just thinking
you just find the best way to get the ball in the net. It doesn't matter how it looks or if it's unconventional, it just goes in.
Yeah, there's one that, I don't know if it's in the World Cup final, there's an original Ronaldo one in the 2002 World Cup where he does a similar...
Just toes it in.
Look that up, your
Liverpool on the attack
younger
again.
Viewers.
Go on, Sobbo. Sobbo carries it across midfield after winning it back. And here's Salah. And here's Szoboszlai. And he crosses. Oh, I tell you what. Alexis McAllister was steaming in. He thought he had a tap in. But Cho just about gets in the way. And I don't know where this Liverpool have woke up. They slept-walked for about 35 minutes. And they've woken up. Maybe Anthony Gordon's goal was the smelling salts Liverpool needed. Because since then, they look electric in attack. And they've got themselves a corner.
I mean, the game is really low on quality from both sides. Then Gordon scored. Liverpool, it didn't look like... We had no idea where a Liverpool goal was coming from. Well, Hugo has provided 2 of them. Come on,
corner
Mark.
comes in. Ekitike! Oh!
Free
It was
header.
a free header. Maybe that's just kryptonite. He isn't amazing in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Literally almost on the penalty spot.
Free header on the penalty spot. He should have done better, really. Yeah, stand the man.
He's not that good.
Yeah, he should.
Take it on back.
Don't put that social clip out, lads. He's fucking crap. When he learns to header, he'll be the new Pele. Right then, for now, Nick Pope clears it long. Gakpo wins his header, but it's going to break to a Newcastle forward. No, Virgil van Dijk boots it where it comes from. And it's a difficult one for Dan Burn, to be fair, but if anyone can deal with it, he can. He meets it in the sky like he should do. But Gakpo's... You know what? Gakpo's had some nice touches, you know?
Yeah.
He's held it up well and stuff. Kerkez, who was heavily involved, is wiped out.
We'll have that. Come on.
Ramsey cleans out Milos Kerkez. He's gets himself a yellow card. Credit to Kerkez, because the ball down the line was a really good one. Yeah. Alisson with the quick goal kick, and then Kerkez got it to Ekitike. And now, he's wiped out.
Yeah.
Free kick to Liverpool on the left. Jacob Ramsey goes into the book. By the way, 5 added minutes, of which we have played 2.5. Kerkez is still down at this moment in time. It was a nasty whack he got, you know.
Yeah. He was running at some pace trying to get past Ramsey there.
Yeah, Liverpool.
I was all set for a really depressing half-time chat with you, Steve, but we've been off our seats on several occasions.
LA, I was at Anfield. Let's get it in here as well. My lad's at this game today, he'll be mates up. Gone with his granddad. He'll be twirling his scarf in there along with all them. And they'll be much happier now than they were about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we saw the atmosphere before. I mean, Liverpool weren't playing up. Do you think Saturday, 8 o'clock, good Anfield atmosphere? Liverpool weren't putting in a performance meriting that.
But here's Szoboszlai, free kick in swing, a chance for Liverpool to get a third. In it goes. It's a good area. It's flicked on. Ooh! It was Alexis McAllister who got there, but he just gets a bit too much on it, and over the bar it goes. One of the littlest lads on the pitch in a land full of giants found space, Jay.
Yeah,
he can't do much more.
He likes a headed goal, doesn't he? He's probably one of our smallest players. Oh, he was gutted. The commentator against Karabakh that I was watching was saying he's never scored a career hat-trick, and when he had that chance for a third, or maybe he will get one day, hopefully in a red shirt. But
let's hope Hugo Ekitike gets one tonight.
Oh,
but you're right, mate. Yeah, you're right. It was a golden opportunity for Alexis there. Liverpool have just woke up. Anfield's come alive, which can happen, of course, but like I say, Liverpool slept walk through the first 30 odd minutes and then they've sprinted through the last 10. And there's Kerkez again. Can Liverpool find anyone else on the break? Kerkez are going to try and find Salah. Different wavelengths, I think. Salah made it inward run and Kerkez played it to the outside. So that made throw in to the Geordies. There was 5 minutes added on. Now, Milos Kerkez did go down for a minute or so we might play over that 5. We'll wait and see. Unless Simon Hooper's just is a bit cold and fancies blowing up early doors. Yeah. He's had a rough half, so he might fancy getting back into the changes.
Liverpool don't want half time.
Yeah, 100%. Especially now they've got to throw it in the Newcastle half. We are past the 5. Again, I think they probably should be a bit of added on time due to that Kerkez injury. We'll wait and see. Liverpool have gone back to Alisson now though, so can Liverpool with the goalkeeper long ball maybe launch one more? Gakpo has done really well. Can he keep it in? He should do. And he finds Ekitike brilliant. Chance for Liverpool, perhaps. Brilliant from Ekitike. McAllister out wide. To Kanate. Fires it through to Salah. I mean, Salah does all right just to get something on that. Bit scrappy from the Reds though, and that might be half time. It is, yeah, it is. Right then, Liverpool leads Newcastle United by 2-1. Anthony Gordon with the first goal. Again, get a little bit of good fortune, Newcastle, the way it fell to Anthony Gordon, but he finished well. And then a quick fire double from Hugo Ekitike. The first one expertly set up by Florian Wirtz. The second one was all about the magic man himself. And yeah, it was looking like, I'll be honest, it was one of the poorest 35 minutes of the season for Liverpool, but their main men, the men they spent the big money on, that's what almost £200 million, maybe more, worth of player. I've turned it around there, Jay. The mood is a lot different now.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, I couldn't have predicted the mood to be this buoyant because, as you say, it was the first 35 minutes, other than a shot from Ekitike on his left foot. Liverpool created next to nothing. It was a really poor performance, sluggish, couldn't get any passing going. Newcastle looked like they were, I wouldn't say bullying us, but certainly having the better of it. Gordon scores maybe a little bit of fortune with the way that it fell to him, but he took it really well. And then all of a sudden, Liverpool just wake up. Wirtz dances through. What I was going to say, there was a clip, I think it was Kenny on... there's a clip of Kenny on Redmen, and I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something like he could do a Cruyff turn in a phone box or something like that. He was talking about, and that came to mind when Wirtz slipped past those Newcastle defenders, sets up Ekitike, 2 pokes with the outside of his right boot, but the second one is brilliant. Runs at pace. Newcastle, I think, expecting, kind of saying, go on, have a shot in your weaker foot, but he doesn't. He flicks it with the outside of his right boot. Brilliant finish. And we've said it several times before, but we have got a player on our hands here. Hugo Ekitike, wow, what a difference that's made to our mood, and I'm sure the mood in the stadium and the mood in the dressing room right now. Yeah, it's unbelievable centre-forward play. The first one is just a poacher's goal. It makes them run across the near. It's what you're taught to do, obviously. Make the run across the near post. Just hope that Florian Wirtz is going to be good enough to dribble past 4 of them and find you. You might as well take the gamble, because if Florian Wirtz is definitely good enough to dribble past 4 of them and find him, and then just toe pokes it. Nick Pope can't react. It's past him before he even smells it. And then the second one, just a few minutes later, again, Newcastle got a corner straight away. Like, I don't know what we couldn't even see what happened. We were still watching the replay. It goes behind Alisson. To be fair to Alisson, alive to the situation, plays Kerkez. I mean, it's a good ball by Kerkez down the line, but it's a relatively simple one. He does well to get his head up. And then from there, mate, it's just Ekitike. It's the Ekitike show. I think it's Tior he's up against. He's just begging him. He's basically saying, I'm not letting you shoot with your right foot. I'm going to make you go down the outside and use your left foot to beat Nick Pope.
and Ekatike just goes, nah, mate, we've got a toe poke at me right boot into the bottom corner. It's unbelievable centre forward play. That's like A-star strikers. That's as good as it gets. It can't get much better than that. It's unbelievable.
No, I mean, you mentioned Torres. I mean, we've made some of these comparisons before. I've seen a bit of Henry. He does remind me a bit of Henry, actually. I made a Ronaldo original rest. So these are the kind of level of people that we're comparing into with. It's just that presence of mind to go, I can do this. I've got the ability to do it, and I've got the execution to pull it off in that moment. You know, yeah, brilliant. Dear me, it was a bit of a breathless. I was thoroughly depressed for the first 35 minutes of that, but yeah, a bit of a crazy end to the half.
It felt like Anfield got a bit angry. It felt like the Liverpool and good.
Yeah.
Get angry, like get a bit moody. And listen, Ekatike, we know he gets a bit of stick off their fans, of course. He does. He pretty much was on his way to Newcastle until he decided to go to Liverpool. Obviously, I mean, most players in fairness, I think, would make that decision anyway. Even the lad who scored once to play for us, it's worth mentioning. But like it looked like a bit of emotion from them, you know, Vert's a celebration, a little bit of from Liverpool. Sometimes you just need that. Sometimes you just need, like, we haven't seen enough of it at times this year, but Anfield can get alive and you can get feisty. Newcastle have made it a feisty game. Like, they've left a few tackles in, you know, Gordon late on the goalkeeper. We saw Ramsey late on Kirkes. They've riled Liverpool up. It's just nice to see a response, because for so long Liverpool have been so lethargic, and for 35 minutes again they were really poor, Jay. But it's good to see that you can still like the touch paper, you know, and it can go again. And it felt like it went off a little bit there, which is fantastic. Yeah,
and that's brilliant, because as we were just saying before, I didn't see where it was coming from, because they couldn't string many passes together. They had a few little bright moments where, like, Gakpo went on a run, and, you know, Salah had a few moments, but didn't look like the Salah of old. I couldn't have predicted that, but yeah, I mean, Ekatike's celebration. The second one, he does his little matador thing, and then he touches the badge, and he's got a bit of a, like, sort of like he's kind of arrogant look on his face. Yeah. I don't know if he looks at Eddie Howe, or, you know, I don't know if he's sort of saying, like, this is what you're missing out on, or how dare you boo me? Because, I mean, really, you know, I know football's tribal and people give people stick, but why does he deserve stick? Liverpool just came in at the last minute and signed him in front of Newcastle's nose.
I have no ill will to Newcastle United Football Club. I'm not that bothered by them. There isn't a single player in the world who would rather play for Newcastle than Liverpool.
No,
it just, I don't, and it's just the way it is. Like, that's
from maybe Alan Shearer, or, you know.
Honestly, I mean now. Like,
well, now,
like,
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. Like, and I don't mean, like, they'd all move to us if they give the chance. And it's the same. Like, that's the way it is. Like, and that's fine. There'll be certain players who, like, there'll be certain Liverpool players who would jump at the opportunity to join Barcelona or Real Madrid. Yeah. Like, some have. You know, that's just how it pans out sometimes. The fact that they're giving Ekatike stick for not going there, they're fine. They go well to Marta, they like him, they'll be fine. But we've got a genius. And speaking of geniuses, Jay, we haven't seen a lot of Florian Wirtz, because it hasn't been that type of game. Again, Liverpool haven't been great, but that was a magic bit of moments from Florian Wirtz, just to dance his way through. We were all screaming, shoot, and he decides to go down the outside and pull it back. It was a moment of proper quality. Again, to be fair to Newcastle, they defended quite well. They blocked off lanes. They've made it tough for us. And it was a bit of magic feat from Wirtz to cut them open.
Yeah, it was just before maybe about 25, 30 in, before the Gordon goal. He just played a simple ball, and I thought, we have hardly seen Wirtz. He's hardly got his foot on the ball. He's not being able to influence the game. It was reminding me a little bit of very early, you know, the first maybe 4 or 5 games of the season where he couldn't really get his foot on the ball. Obviously, he's in good goal scoring form now, and you know, he's been running games. But yeah, there was another guy, I can't remember it, maybe if it was against Barnsley, but he's done that recently where he's just wiggled past 2 or 3, jinked into the box. Yeah, so good on the ball. He's a much neater dribbler than Suarez, but, like, if you remember that Cout hat-trick against Man U, there's one where Suarez had that where he'd be in the box and you think, how's he going to get out of this? And he somehow manages to wiggle through. Not the same sort of dribbler stylistically, but yeah, brilliant from Wirtz. And he certainly, I saw him being interviewed on BBC this morning, and he was talking about the start, and he was, you know, saying it took a little bit of time to settle in, but he knew it was going to click and all that. And he certainly, we're just watching it again now, just dead
I mean, he makes Kieran Trippier fall over with a little. I'm just watching the replay of it now. So the ball falls to Vert. He goes the outside, little drop of the shoulder, and he falls over. And then Tonali is beaten to it by Ekdike. It was absolutely fantastic from Florian Vert, and he is absolutely settled in. We had a super chat here from Hayden, but also thanks very much. Hayden says, "Where has that been? It was breathless end of the half." Yeah, like mate, absolutely. Liverpool. I said before, Liverpool almost were at walking pace for 35 minutes and then a sprinting pace for the final 10 or so. I think half time's coming at a good time for Newcastle. Let them reset. And again, this game is far from done, like absolutely far from done, because again, if Liverpool play like they did for 35 minutes, Newcastle will definitely pose a threat. But thankfully, Liverpool have got what a striker, like what a signing, absolutely unbelievable. As good as there's been, all the talk of all the teams who did all the summer business. I mean, you'll be struggling, Jay, to find many who've had a better start to a Premier League campaign than Hugo Ekitike. He's lights out. Yeah,
we just saw the reverse. I mean, it looks better with every watch. That we just saw the reverse angle from kind of Pope's eye view of that. The gap
at the Vatican.
Yeah. Wonder what what's the Pope called? I don't even know what the Pope's called.
The American guy now,
yeah. The American fella. I wonder if he's a top red. Yeah. We saw the Pope's eye view of that, and the gap, it's a tiny gap in the bottom corner. You know, you got to go some to beat him from there. Outrageous finish. I'm trying to find Google something live. I think it's against Costa Rica. There's a Ronaldo goal. I'm trying to find it.
I recall it. I think for me, it might just be the bleach blonde hair. It reeked of Fernando Torres. It was it was just outrageous. I think someone in the comments said there, Stephen Gerrard just said on the TV coverage, it was a bit Gerrard-esque. A bit Torres-esque, and that's kind of how it panned out. But yeah, like I say, plenty of work for Liverpool to do still in the second half. They have turned it round after honestly, like, I'm so glad that because that was dreadful for 35 minutes. Like, they had no idea. Newcastle were far too fast, far too physical. Liverpool sloppy. And then Liverpool worked them out. A couple of times they played the little slide balls through, and then eventually you get there. And again, if you get that man a chance, he's going to score goals because he's an absolute outrageous. Kieran says that first half was like the call the ambulance, but not for me meme. Yeah, it kind of was. It kind of was, yeah. For half an hour, I was, wave it off. Liverpool dead. And thankfully, Hugo Ekitike and Florian Wirtz brought them back to life. Right then, there are just over 4.5 minutes to go, roughly, until the start of the second half. Jamie and I are going to go and take a quick break. Let us know during the halftime break your thoughts on the game so far. Any changes you would like to see Liverpool make? And we'll be back with the second half of the watch-along in about 2 minutes 41 seconds.
Right, guys, thank you so much for watching the Redmen Originals podcast this week. See you soon. Great show, everybody. Before we go anywhere, though, Steve, can you do me a massive favour, please?
Anything for you, Chris.
Thank you so much. We've got the app coming, as you know. Yep. Everybody knows this. It's huge. We need a huge promotional video to tell the world about it. Is that okay?
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can do that. Yeah. I'm the creative one. Yeah.
That's right.
ChatGPT, I love you. Get in. It starts from black to a dynamic shot of Anfield Stadium. The flags are waving. Guys, I've got it sorted. Genius. I've been working for hours and hours. No help whatsoever from anyone. And I've got the perfect advert. It starts from black to a dynamic shot of the city of Liverpool, then to the stadium with the crowd, the red flags all waving, and then the voiceover, brackets, energetic, close brackets. This is where passion lives. Then a quick cut to a host smashing out a segment. Like you, Paul, you can do this. You could be saying podcast recording, mic, video playbacks on your phone, where every moment, every match, every insight than the tagline, perfect taglines. You hear the tagline, advertising says taglines, every episode, every podcast, all in one place. The perfect app for all Liverpool fans. Download now. Then the end screen appears with badges, music hits, a massive crescendo. Done. So what do you think?
Should we just promote it on the show?
Yeah, let's do that.
do that.
Yeah, much better idea.
Right then, download the Redmen Plus app. It is on the Google Play Store. It is on the Apple App Store. Every episode, every podcast, all in one place. The perfect app for Liverpool fans is out right now. Get it.
Welcome back. Yeah, go and download the app if you haven't already. I think I need an Oscar for that acting skills. By the way, what a performance. Can you do Emmys for adverts? Yeah, fantastic. I'm a bit heavier on them videos than I am now as well. So, but yeah, we're all good. Thank you very much everyone for joining us. Right then, a minute or so to go until the start of the second half. Can't wait for Liverpool to get back into action. Jebediah, by the way, said that he thinks Ronaldo v Turkey.
I've just looked it up. Yeah, it was in Costa Rica. Yeah, there you go. I'm calling it. I think Ekitike's finish is better because the keeper gets a hand to the Ronaldo one. So yeah.
And Prosper, they're doing pause. You got your name wrong. Says an Ekitike hat trick incoming. You would not rule it past him. Or rule him out of doing that, absolutely, because he's on fire at this moment in time. You missed your calling in another life. We've seen the replay of the ball boy getting the ball back to Alisson, getting a bit of credit. Is that what we're looking at there for the Ekitike goal? Nice one, Mr. Ballboy.
Yeah,
it's actually I did Kirk the service before. Yeah. That's a great pass. That he curls it round the man. Ooh. Fair play to him. Yeah, Dan Burn. Can't believe that Hugo Ekitike can. Again, for what it's worth, Liverpool needs to improve a little bit. There's a couple of lads there. I think Salah needs to have a little figure out of what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
Because he quite hasn't figured out when he comes up against Lewis Hall. I think he should go at him, and maybe he just doesn't trust himself anymore. But yeah. That's the only time. It has sometimes. I mean, even the goal is a little bit of good fortune, and that Salah's first ball kind of falls Liverpool's way. And then I think they did figure out though that they can't play through the Newcastle lines. But yeah, and then on that, of course, Newcastle's threat remains on the break and the set pieces. So it's far from job done. But it did feel like Liverpool kind of figured things out a little bit there as we get back underway at Anfield.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating night for Mo because we've all seen him do such glorious things, and you still, maybe he isn't that man. I don't know. Time catches up with us all, as they say. But you think, go on, beat him, or and it's just not quite being right. But
here come Newcastle on the attack early doors. Then it's Anthony Elanga, so Ramsey again. Newcastle now striking towards or shooting towards their fans. Liverpool shooting towards the cop end in the second half. It was a bit of a red flag, I thought, when Kieran Trippier looked like he caught Salah up a little bit. Like Salah on the one-on-one didn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
That was a little bit, maybe his confidence is lacking or something, I don't know, but that was a bit of a...
It felt like his mindset was, I'm waiting for an option, whereas in days of old, he's thinking, how do I get this on my left foot and score? Yeah. And even if the defender knows he's going to do it, he still won't, you can't stop him doing it, the old, Arjen Robben syndrome. But yeah, it was a little bit... I don't know. You don't want to. You can't write him off after all the goals he scored.
No, and I'll be honest. On the other side, we haven't seen a lot of Gakpo, but I think Gakpo's been all right. There's some nice good touches from Gakpo. Gakpo's got us out a few times more than anything. We haven't seen loads of him as an attacking threat because that hasn't been there. Liverpool have predominantly gone the other way, but Gakpo's got Liverpool out a few times. But
he's won a few decent flick-ons in the air as well, which I
just like that.
Although
right on cue.
For a man who's 6'4", I think he's terrible in the air. I think he doesn't use his physicality anywhere near enough. But he's won a few flick-ons in the air. He had that lovely spin and run which was probably one of the few highlights of Liverpool's first half an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's not been you know, the kind of meme cut inside thing where it's, you know, he's either chipping crosses too deep or he's having shots blocked. There hasn't really been loads of that from him today.
No. Right. The Newcastle have the ball in the middle of the pitch. They go back to Dan Burn. They try and play through the lines. Gravenberg had judged to have fouled Willock. Not sure what he did, but hang on, where are you going?
Yeah.
All right, okay. Newcastle are sending all the big fellas up the pitch.
Oh, he's trying to just buy a few yards, is he?
Newcastle are sending, they had a chance in the middle of the park to play quick free kick. Dan Burn said, nope. Liverpool are quite happy to, Newcastle are quite happy to just, be agricultural and just go and put it in the mixer. And Tonali's going to do just that long ball aiming towards Dan Burn. Ibu Konate wins a good header though. And it's back on the halfway line with Tonali again. Joe Willock advancing. Newcastle kept the big men up. Willock on the spin. Gravenberg and go.
Okay.
Gravenberg nearly gets. First of all, he nearly handballed in, then his air kicked in quite a bit. Liverpool are out, and Ekatike's got it on the halfway line. Can Liverpool launch a counter? Here's Cody Gakpo.
Wide.
Cody Gakpo. Mohamed Salah. Come on, Mo. Salah back po to Soberslide. Just didn't catch it. Soberslide screams that was shit, and he said it better than I did.
Yeah. Instant review of his own work. Was there a chance there? Was it?
It was a big chance, yeah. And to be fair, I think Salah picks a good option. I think laying it to Sobo on the edge of the box is a good option. Yeah. Sobo just doesn't catch it at all.
Yeah, we know he can catch them loads better than he did.
Yeah. Nice to see Liverpool looking dangerous on the counter there, though. And now they've got the ball back in comfortable possession on the halfway line. Salah gives it away. Yeah, he's not having a great time, though. And Newcastle can look to counter with Gordon. Ibu Konate does brilliantly. Fantastic defending by Big Ibu. Just takes it off Anthony Gordon. But then Salah battling on the halfway line, out for a throw-in for Newcastle. Did he not have baller in the middle of the... Anyway, Newcastle are playing on, middle of the pitch. Someone's got to get over there. Loads of space at right back for Kieran Trippier. Plays it inside. Good defending again by Konate. And Liverpool clear. Can Liverpool... Come on, Mo. Back to Gordon. Down the line. Gravenberg gets in the way, but Willock picks it up. Gravenberg again, brilliant. And Konate not only clears, he finds a man. And then Liverpool can put it up the pitch. And Ekatike against Ben. Go on, Hugo. Go on, Hugo. He's got there. Ekatike. 1-on-1. How no? Oh, Hugo. The hat-trick was there. He absolutely mugged Dan Burn off. And his finish, for as good as the finish was for the second goal, it was equally as bad for the third, Jay.
You could see it appearing in front of our eyes. Yeah, he steals in. Should he? It's an awful finish, you have to say.
It's a dreadful finish.
He should hit it with the outside of his foot. It actually probably suits a left footer there, doesn't it? Yeah.
Just gets it wrong, Ekatike, but he gave Dan Burn nightmares. You had to put your house on him.
It was all.
I think it had to be a left-footed shot. That
the champagne moment was there, wasn't it, for him?
It had to be left-footed. That.
But I like that though. You know, it's hassling people. It's a sort of unglamorous side of the game. Don't give up loose causes. You never know, the defender might make a mistake, and there you go. So yeah, fair play to him. But it was a Nunez at his worst type finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was not a good thing. Hopefully he gets another chance to redeem himself. That was a big miss from Hugo. He should have done a lot better there. As good as the first one was, that was poor. Right, then Newcastle go in behind again, looking for Gordon. Virgil van Dijk goes with him.
Yeah, well done.
It will be a corner though to Newcastle as Van Dijk cleared behind. He wanted the foul, I don't think it was. Corner for Newcastle in front of their fans. Kieran says this, Steve must have heard you saying he never misses one-on-one, Jay. I just it was a baffling choice of the ball. Right, corner comes in. Where is it? It's bouncing around in the box. Liverpool have cleared it for now.
No.
Ooh, I thought Szoboszlai nearly gave a penalty away, didn't. This time Liverpool don't clear it, falls all the way through to Kieran Trippier, puts it back into the box. Konate, good header again. Back into the box again. Alisson punches, good defending by the goalkeeper. Liverpool need to clear it and do with Wirtz. Liverpool dealt with that just about okay, to be fair. Some vital interceptions and interventions by a combination of, I think, Konate with one. Definitely the goalkeeper with another. And it goes long again. Excellent by Ibu again. Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Big high five for his defensive partner.
Yeah, and fair play to Ibu. It's coming back in trick. It must have been a horrible week for him.
Yeah.
I think he's had a good game so far. I can't think. I mean,
No, you're right, he has. Yeah. He's defended well.
You can't really blame him too much for the goal.
Referee! Dan Burns just going right through the back of Mo Salah. That should be a yellow card.
I don't see, yeah. I mean, Burn did the old ball signal.
Can't go through the back of the ball.
No, I don't see why that's a yellow.
How's that not a booking? Yeah, that's what Tony says in the Discord chat. Literally the same thing. How is that not a booking? Yeah, me and you two on the same wavelength. And then Liverpool take the free kick long towards Milos Kerkez. Where's it gone? It's gone back towards the halfway line. And Virgil just agriculture a little bit, just up and under. Allows Kieran Trippier to knock it back to his keeper. I think Van Dijk could do better with that.
Well done.
Salah tracking back, wins it, gives it to Gravenberch. Good turn by Gravenberch, takes two of them out the game and opens it up for himself in the middle of the pitch. Keep going. Didn't find Ekatike, give it away. Right then, here's Szoboszlai. Square ball to Maka, one more to Gravenberch. He's looking for an option. Kerkez. Gakpo. Does Gakpo fancy beating Kieran Trippier? He might do. Cody Gakpo, edge of the box, going to shoot. Drills it. Bottom bins. Just drags it wide.
A little bit disappointing. He actually worked the space. So often of them, like, he'll take a shot when the guy's literally right next to him and it gets blocked. But he actually worked the space. Dragged it.
That was unbelievable in the middle of the park before by Gravenberch, by the way. They just spun away from two of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, that's the difference maker that he can be in that position. We haven't seen loads of it from him recently. Yeah, but gorgeous turn. It took two of them out. That's the thing that you need. You need those moments of quality, those kind of undefendable moments.
Yeah, absolutely. Newcastle then trying to win it back. They have done. Oh, they've sprung on Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes into the box, down the line to Alanga. Alanga shot near post. It's going to be a corner. No, the offside flag had gone up. Looked offside, to be fair. It's not him. This is where the offside come here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was offside. Tight, but he was off. Alanga's shot. And Alisson parried it behind, but Alanga was just offside. And they could have a free kick on the edge of the box that Konate can take from Alisson. No Newcastle press, so take your time, Ibu. Now here comes Harvey Barnes. So Konate kicks it long. Is he looking for? He's looking for Hugo. Hugo nods it down brilliantly to Gakpo. Cody Gakpo, can he find a pass? He's battling out of it. Referee! He's getting dragged everywhere. Yep. Foul given. Yeah. See how it was. And I'll tell you what, mate, this is in Szoboszlai range.
Yeah.
This is very central and it's far enough out to get up and down.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long way out, but it's distance for one of them knuckleball. Somebody's, I don't know if it's someone on the bench maybe.
Yeah, Sam Hooper booked someone, I don't know who. This is absolutely shooting range for Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
You'd say 30-ish yards out, centre right.
Yeah, his technique.
I think if you'd have asked him anywhere on the pitch, can you have a free kick from? I think he'd fancy it from here.
Yeah. 3-man wall.
Just hit it on. Little knuckle ball. Can someone follow it in as well, just in case? But yeah, we know Sobo's striking this one. There isn't much of a wall, to be honest.
It's only a 2-man wall. It's right 3-man now.
We're gonna have a little look. Come on, Dom. Szoboszlai then with the free kick, runs up. Szoboszlai strikes. Oh, he's gone ding back post. Liverpool have worked it around the back. He worked it to Van Dijk, and it was a clever one for Virgil, but he just didn't get the knock back across goal right. Newcastle were asleep. Nice from Gravenberch. Brilliant from Gravenberch. To win it back from Gordon, but Newcastle get the throw in. The free kick worked a treat.
Well, it fooled all of us, and
But I don't know who was meant to be getting on the end of the flick back from Virgil, but it went straight to the goalkeeper. Clever, cheeky. Right then.
He probably did give him a little shove earlier, but I thought he won that all right there, Hugo. Anyway.
Free kick to Newcastle. I think it was. I think TK just shook him to the floor. And Newcastle have the ball back with Nick Pope.
Well, it's been a much better start to the second half for Liverpool than the first half. Hopefully they can stay in this decent attacking gear that they found late in the first half.
100%. Good turn on the halfway line. Liverpool give the... I think McAllister's going to get booked. Jerry was. He challenged from the wrong side. I don't think you should complain too much about that one, Alexis. He got done. It was a nice turn from Jacob Ramsey. Yeah, and McAllister goes to ground from wrong side. You're always going to get a yellow card for that.
There was that challenge had no redeeming features to it. It was like
that feels like a yellow card for the lad who thinks he's getting subbed off in a few minutes and just took on for the team. But what it does do, it allows Newcastle to send the big guns up again and allows Kieran Trippier to potentially play it in. Right then, free kick comes into the box, scramble, shot at goal. What a save by Alisson! What a save by Alisson! I think it was Harvey Barnes with the strike, and not only did Alisson save it, he pushed it miles clear wide as well, because there were definitely Newcastle players waiting.
Yeah, brilliant. Through a crowd of bodies, it was hit with we got offside. I don't know.
Don't think so.
Yeah, and so often I saw Donnarumma the other day made load of great saves, but he was pushing them into the path of opposition players. Gordon's loitering there for the tap in.
To be fair, something got given because Liverpool took a free kick on the edge of the box, so I don't know if there was a foul given. I don't know if that would have counted. I'm not quite sure what that free kick was. Was that before or after the goal? But good save, but I think I might be right in saying that would have been ruled out had it gone in. Newcastle have taken it back off. I think McAllister, and early goal on the counter. Excellent defending by Gravenberch, gets back. Liverpool might be down to 10 at the minute. I think someone was still down. Yeah, they are.
McAllister it was.
Get up, Mo. McAllister rather. Gakpo loses out in the midfield. Good challenge by Dan Burn. Yeah, McAllister went down there off the ball. Didn't see what happened. Was that offside, by the way? Can you let me know why that was that an offside in the build-up? Someone will have to let me know. Fernando, here goes Lewis Hall down the left, crosses straight to Alisson. Guys, was that offside? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, either way, Alisson wasn't to know.
No, he made a good save, yeah. Right then, here comes Liverpool with Wirtz to Mo Salah. Come on, Mo. He's up against Dan Burn. Plays it down the line. Will he get there, Wirtz? He will, but he's forced backwards. He's done well to keep hold of it, though. Oh, he's round into trouble, though. It's just like that kind of got away from him, didn't it?
Yeah.
And Lewis Hall can clear. Excellent again. Man on note. Excellent by Big Ibu. Really good centre half defending from Ibu Konate. Stan the man in the chat says I get Jones on for Maca soon.
Yeah.
Ibu is playing well, says Sean. Yeah, both.
Yeah.
I agree with both comments. Right then, Virgil van Dijk. Szoboszlai. Can they find a way? Can they find a third? So here's Gravenberch looking to do just that. McAllister, he's got runners. He goes wide. Good ball to Cody Gakpo. Gakpo to the byline, twists and turns. Good defender, no by Trippier, but now he's given it straight back to Liverpool in the form of Ryan Gravenberch. Go on, Ryan. TK to the box. Do you fancy banging it? He's going to have a go, I think. No, he gives it to McAllister. Sobo. Salah runs into his man again. It just isn't Mo's day today, this. He could easily come off if the manager wanted to take him off. So Bosley tracks his runner back, Ollie, and then gives it to his goalkeeper. It just isn't working for Mo at the minute.
No, even that where he slipped Wirtz in, I think he thought he'd hit it out of play because he stopped running as if he'd given up. Oh, Wirtz isn't going to get there, and the Wirtz actually got it. Anyway, yeah, it's not quite been Mo's night, has it?
No.
I mean, I know he's famously very left-footed, but can he not beat his man on the outside and just swing something in with his right, just hard into an area? You know, I don't know.
I think here's Konate. Good play by Liverpool down the left, but in the end, Alanga does well to stop Kirk. Nice interplay by the Reds. Dan Burn under pressure. Newcastle are going to try and play out from here. Preston boys, go, go, go! Nice, well that'll do. Milos Kirk does just that. Throw into Newcastle. If Liverpool wants to make a change, again, I'm not sure would he take Salah off. If he did, you could potentially throw Szoboszlai up there. You could put Wirtz out there.
I mean,
you could see if Kaiser fancies to go, but
is he kicking up a big stink if he comes? I don't know.
The manager left not perform. It's nothing that matters. But for now, we're going to play on. And listen, you never put it past Mo Salah to come up with a big moment. This time the ball goes long. Konate wins another good header. Although Newcastle do pick up the pieces. Hall against Konate again. Konate takes it off him again. Unbelievable. Fair play to Ibu Konate. He's had an excellent 63 minutes. Oh. That's a strange pass from Hugo Ekitike. It goes all the way back to Milos Kerkez in the left back position, and Alisson has to clear.
That's the thing with stats. That counts as a completed pass. Yeah.
Liverpool can break down the left out because McAllister's found Gakpo. It's 3-on-3. Can Liverpool work it well?
Back
Cody
post.
Gakpo to the byline, cuts it across goal. Oh, good defender, no. I think Gakpo maybe could have done something differently, but for now he gets a second bite at it. He skips inside. McAllister, does he fancy a shot from the edge? No. Does Gravenberch? He does. Our reaction tells you at that moment. Let's see a replay of the Gakpo one. I think he was trying to pick out Ekitike.
Yeah, I wondered if he'd overplayed it there, Gakpo, but he actually
did well.
Yeah, and he's picking. I could see Szoboszlai arriving. He's trying to take the right option. I
had visions in my half in that situation when I was a footballer. My dad was a coach, and his comments there would always be drill it hard and low.
Yes,
and you might just get anything can happen kind of thing. And you try and be a bit precise and put air on it.
Yeah,
maybe give the defenders a chance. Wirtz tries to find Salah. It was well defended though by Hall, and Newcastle eventually can clear with Tonali. Press him into. Come on, boys. Here goes Gordon down the line, followed by Ibu. And Liverpool win a throw-in. That's our ball, that.
Surely.
It's clearly our ball, dickhead.
Yeah.
It's our ball, lad. It's clearly our ball. Shut the fuck up. Oh, Liverpool's throw was undercooked there, and Van Dijk just has to whack it clear. It might work out, though, because Gakpo's chasing. Malik Teodo just gets back and nods it to his keeper. Newcastle go long again. Szoboszlai up against Barnes. Don't foul him. Sobo's done well to hold him up. But Newcastle do have men in attack with Willock rather. And now ball comes into the box. Straight to Alisson. Ooh, palms it down before he catches it. 66 minutes gone at Liverpool. At Anfield rather than Liverpool leading 2-1. Alisson's gone for a big kick. Who's he spotted? Nobody.
Yeah.
He just kicked it straight to Nick Pope.
We've seen him be brilliant with some of those in the past, haven't we? Where he's found people with 70-yard balls, but I don't know what he was trying there.
Newcastle have given it away. Can Liverpool counter? Gakpo. He's got Ekitike to his left. He's got Wirtz to his right. He goes to Wirtz. Wirtz to Salah. Go on, Mo. Salah to Wirtz.
Get it!
Yes! And Florian Wirtz drills it into the bottom corner. Have a little bit of that, says Florian Wirtz to the cop. as cool as you like, and Liverpool have got that 2-goal cushion that this second half performance deserves. It's been all red for the 20-odd minutes of this half. Salah finds Wirtz finds the corner, and Liverpool lead 3-1, and it's that magic man again, and Florian Wirtz. I hear people calling him a flop at the start of the season. He's anything but a flop. He's an absolute genius, and he's put Liverpool 3-1 up. Talk about it, Jay.
It was all set up for the trademark Mo Salah turning on his left foot and bend it in, but actually he picks the right option. He picks Wirtz out. Such a precise finish, right in the side netting. And he's in great form recently, great goal scorer and assisting form. Wirtz, look at that, right in the side netting. It almost kind of trickled in. It's one of them, you could tell it was fine in the far corner. Brilliant finish from Wirtz.
We've scored 3 very, very, very good goals here today.
Yeah.
3 very, very, very good goals.
Silencing the doubters now, Wirtz. Yeah, the days of that ridiculous 007 meme, long behind him. Yeah. I don't know how many goals, but he's on a really good vein of goal-scoring form at the moment.
Probably 7.
Yeah.
And credit to Mo Salah as well. It was a lovely little ball back. Salah, it has been a rough 60-odd minutes for Mo Salah. We said before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just never rule Mo Salah out of doing something out of nowhere or something magic, because... And listen, it was a relatively straightforward, simple pass, but he put it right for Wirtz to steer it into that bottom corner.
In a way, almost the fact things haven't been coming off. I think if things had been coming off, he maybe tries to cut in and shoot, but he just picks the right option there. Just the really simple ball.
Yeah, you're right.
And Wirtz finished it so well.
And there go Liverpool again, by the way. They've stolen the ball off Liverpool on the launch and a counter. They're getting in each other's way. But for now, Salah sprinting through. Mohamed Salah into the box. Mohamed Salah misses. He went for the little near post finish. And he just couldn't get enough on it. It was a good move. I'll tell you what, for as slow as he looked in the first half, he was moving at pace then. Liverpool, from one box to another, countered with real threat. I mean, Gakpo and Wirtz nearly getting each other's way. Salah gets there. He goes to the little toey. Just doesn't quite get enough on it.
He needed a reverse Ekitike there, didn't he? He was into the far corner. You can see what he was trying to do. But yeah, he got away from his man there. Well, I tell you what, I'm not saying I'm totally comfortable, but
They could have been all right then.
yeah, after half an hour, I thought, God,
you've either told me 3-1 after Gordon's score.
This has been a meek, awful,
Yeah.
you know, like you're plumbing the depths really for description, but yeah, so much better since that Gordon goal.
Yeah, they kind of woke Liverpool up. Right then, here come Newcastle. Still got a threat. He's offside, surely. Yeah, he was. Andy Gordon offside. That from Wirtz, right, was as good a finish as you can see that.
Yeah.
You couldn't have picked it up and placed it more in the corner if you wanted to. He just guides it in.
Yeah, lovely finish. Yeah, he scored some goals with a decent amount of power, but his placement is so good.
Look at that. Mo Salah, his 10th assist against Newcastle. Mo likes playing against these. He could have had a goal there, to be fair. I'm not going to be as critical with that one. I think that was a more difficult opportunity for them. Newcastle are going to go to their bench, by the way. Murphy and Voltemada both getting ready to come on. And although Liverpool have let the ball bounce, and that's a shame because it'll allow Newcastle to attack. And here goes Harvey Barnes into the Liverpool box, drifting inside, twisting and turning. Sobo takes it off him. Brilliant from Szoboszlai. Can Sobo launch a counter? He just put too much on that one. And Newcastle can work it back to Nick Pope. Good defending that by Szoboszlai because Harvey Barnes is a tricky customer.
I'm trying not to do a Joe Rogan Jamie pull up here, but has Szoboszlai done a full 90 at right back yet? He's done halves, hasn't he, in 60s and things?
He probably has.
He must have at some point. But yeah,
remember Arsenal at home that time? Did he played there for a while?
Yes, I think it was
the one where he scored the free kick.
Yeah.
Aidan says, I'm a Chelsea fan, but hats off, this is beautiful football. It's great to watch on. Thanks, mate. Wirtz and Ekitike, the new Keegan and Toshak, says Rich and Kerr. I mean, you're stretching back a bit there, pal. Maybe. Let's say yes. Why not? Thanks for the super chats, guys. Much appreciated.
That's my granddad.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Shout out to him.
It is Ekitike.
To him if he's watching. I don't know if he is.
Does he have YouTube?
I doubt he knows how to. If someone turns it on for him,
if he sounds,
then yeah.
And Craig, sorry I missed your super chat before. Thanks very much, Craig. This is the Liverpool I remember. Yeah, it's been exhilarating. It really has. But game not over yet, and Newcastle do have strength on the bench, like we said earlier on, and they're going to go to it now, and they're going to bring on Visa, Murphy and Voltemada. Harvey Barnes is the first one to go off. I think he's been all right, actually, Harvey Barnes, but not quite been his night. And we'll see how they pan out. I'm guessing they're either going to go 2 up top or Visa's going to play from wide. It's Willock is one of the others going off, and we'll wait and see the third. Thank you, by the way, to the 1,200 people who have liked the stream so far. That means there's 2,600 of you who hasn't, though. I mean, come on. It was Alanga was the third change, by the way. So my guess is that means Visa and maybe May. Oh, I don't know. That's an attacking team, to be fair. Let's see. Gordon left.
Maybe Murphy right.
No, it's Gordon left. I think they're going 4-4-2.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see where Visa's going to play. Yeah, almost like a number 10. Voltemada's a number 10 and Willock up front, maybe. For now, though, here's Lewis Hall. Newcastle got a lot of attacking on now. Liverpool are going to have to be mindful of that. The extra man. Here's Ramsey. First touch for Voltemada. Gives it to Trippier. First touch for Murphy. Dinks it into the box. Canate. Good header. And then Van Dijk's in clear.
Sounds like there's a good atmosphere. I was just going to say,
It's rocking. Let's get a little bit of it. Wonder if Arne is thinking about going to his bench now. Then Newcastle have gone to theirs, freshen things right up. As it stands, Liverpool remain the same. And Dan Burn carries it into the Liverpool half. Tries to find the ball out wide, doesn't get there though. And Ekatike now can Liverpool launch a counter? There's men over. Here's Wirtz. Gakpo. It's driven a little bit wide, to be fair. It wasn't the best pass from Wirtz, but Gakpo gets there. Gakpo into the box, back to Florian Wirtz. Twisting and turning in the box is Wirtz. It's hard to do the same. And then commits a foul actually in the end. What's he give there for? What's he give there? He says a little push in the face. Against Tonali. Get up, lad. Let's see.
Yeah.
Soft, but probably.
Yeah, just over elaborated a bit. His ball to Gakpo is not quite perfect either. It made Gakpo go a bit wide.
Slowed the move down a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then Liverpool clear with Van Dijk. McAllister picks up the loose ball. No, Tonali wins it back. Then that'll be a Liverpool throw in. Right then, just over 15 and a half minutes or so to go, plus stoppage time at Anfield. Liverpool have that 2-goal cushion. And the ball, which is important as well. Canate. Someone's like right back then.
Just realised how much Sandro Tonali looks like Adam Driver.
He does look a bit like Adam Driver.
I've just never made that.
There you go. Oh, Gravenberch runs through 2 of them, runs past 3 of them. Gravenberch to the edge of the box. Gravenberch hard. It's to Salah. Salah will keep that in, but he's sent wide. Salah though plays it into the box now again. Back to Gravenberch. Back to Sobbo. Take your time, Sobbo. Pick a nice cross out. He does. Newcastle can clear though. And can Visa time run Canate? Nope, because Canate got the ball. Shout of Ibu goes around Anfield, rightly so. Gravenberch was amazing then. He turned past 2. Gordon was terrified to tackle him. He didn't want to get sent off. But then unfortunately the pass was too wide to Mo Salah. Good ball by McAllister into Grav. Grav's been good on the ball, hasn't he?
Yes.
I know we overdid that pass, but for the most part he's been good. Here's Mohamed Salah. Szoboszlai again, looking for Ekatike. Finds him in the box. Go on, Hugo. What are you doing? Magic feet from Ekatike? No, back heel to Sobbo. Don't mind it. Liverpool kind of have run out of ideas there, though. No one quite knew what to do, so they've gone, I don't mind that. They've recycled it well. You can go out to go back in if they want to. They've done that. McAllister's loose pass. Be careful of the counter. No, that's fine. They give us a straight back. And there's Gravenberch again. Liverpool find it with Ekatike to the box. Dinks it. I mean, that's a poor ball by Ekatike. Yeah. Don't know what he was trying to do there.
Well done.
McAllister wins it back. Wirtz can't quite find Salah. Ekatike can't either. McAllister has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. I think he dived in, but got the ball, to be fair to him.
Yeah, we don't want to lose any, well, in this game and for the next game, because our squad is pretty threadbare at the minute.
Yeah, again, Arne Slot yet to go to his bench. I wonder, I mean, Liverpool haven't got a game for a week, so maybe he's thinking they're okay, but it might be something he considers soon. And then here's Anthony Gordon up against Szoboszlai. Cuts inside, edge of the box to Hall, back to Gordon. Liverpool need to watch the runner. Yeah, Salah goes with his runner, but the cross delivered, and guess who's there? The near post. Ibu Konate again.
Don't want to speak too soon, but best game of the season for Konate, his best performance. I can't think of a better one.
He's been up there, mate. He's been excellent so far.
Yeah,
it's been a really good 70 odd minutes. Right, then here's Voldemort.
If he scores an own goal in the next 13 minutes, it's not my fault.
Well, you can't predict the future, Paul.
No.
You can only analyse what you've seen.
Yeah.
Newcastle, good ball into the middle. There's Gordon. He's going to strike from distance. Drags it wide. Careful, Liverpool. Careful. It was a good ball. To be fair, that was miles away. I think if that's on, it's miles. Alisson's easily saving that, to be fair. Goal kick for Liverpool. It's gone straight out of play, unfortunately. Throw in to to Newcastle rather. That they throw back to Nick Pope, and he can play it out. Tonali feels like he's almost gone to a back three, doesn't it? Like Newcastle have got like a 3-4-3 with Tonali playing as that, like almost like an auxiliary centre back sweeper role. One
of the subs came on and held three fingers up as to what that means. I don't know, but yeah, maybe that's
3-4-3ish. But with almost two at the back really. But Tonali going to midfield when he can.
Yeah,
he needs to get 2 goals. Why wouldn't he? Here's Gordon left wing. Halfway line, drifting inside. Where's he going? He's trying to play a ball through the middle and finds Voldemort. The big man twisting and turning. Come on, boys. Anyone want to fancy a tackle? Ball gets out to Hall a bit too easily. Ball comes in. Ibu Konate heads it away. Throw in to Newcastle. I think Arne Slot might have to consider changes soon. Get a few fresh legs on.
Yeah.
Defensively speaking. But for now, Lewis Hall's going to take the long throw in. Oh, they've gone short, to be fair to note. So I was wrong. Tonali will have time to cross, really. Now he goes for goal from miles out. Deflects up and out. It'll be a corner to Newcastle. I think if cannoned off Szoboszlai.
It's a tricky one. I mean, I suppose Jones for McAllister seems like the obvious one. In terms of the defence, we've seen Endo come on and have a mad 10 minutes. And, there's Robertson's obviously a senior replacement, but I can't really think of any reason for taking Kerkez off.
No, right then, corner for Newcastle, and it comes straight to Alisson. He can't score off that nearly. Alisson, good hands by Liverpool's goalkeeper, and he rolls. Oh, come on, show it. Why have we just seen him play the corner? Let's show the game, please.
He is going for goal there, isn't he? I think
maybe. And Liverpool have comfortable possession with Sobo. I'd be considering again. I'd probably be considering Salah off. A more defensive minded, someone who can just get up and maybe again Curtis or Sobo right wing and right back. I don't know. You could put Endo right back if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But for now, the manager's going to stick with it.
Yeah, I didn't think of Curtis at right back.
I'm sure why you change it now. That's the only thing. Maybe Curtis right wing almost. For now, Liverpool kick it long with Alisson. Dan Burn gets a bit of a head to it. Newcastle, a bit of a head tennis until Anthony Gordon drags it down. But he's going backwards towards his own goal. Box him in, boys. Goes to Pope. And Pope just kicks it straight up the pitch. It's going to come down with snow on it. Konate heads it away. Come on, boys. That's on ball, isn't it? Referee. It's clearly on ball. Liverpool, again, though, let that ball bounce. Maybe tied legs.
I was going to say there's a little bit of maybe slightly lethargic looking.
Yeah, 9 minutes plus stoppage time to go at Anfield. Liverpool lead Newcastle United by 3-1. And Dan Burn plays it forward to Lewis Hall. Gordon. Come on, boys. Liverpool a bit standoffish, so Gordon's going to run. And he's going to look for Visa. Sobo's got to get back and drop the cross. He does. But will be another corner to Newcastle. They're having a good little spell here. I think Liverpool could do with thinking about breaking up the momentum if they can. Newcastle's taking it short.
Yeah.
Maybe caught Liverpool asleep. Corner comes in. Ekatike heads away. Trippier's going to send this one back in now. Excellent header by Virgil. Someone's gone down in the box. Head injury for someone.
Yeah.
I think it's Hugo.
Yeah.
But I think he clashed heads with his own man.
I was going to say, I might have headed the back of Van Dijk's head there. Although he's all right. He's lean. He's.
Stay down. Stay down. Take your time.
Yeah, I was going to say when it's really bad, isn't it? He's at least leaning up.
Liverpool are going to bring on Curtis Jones. They might take Ekatike off as well, potentially.
I was going to say, just.
I think
he gets elbowed a little bit.
I think he gets like sandwiched in between Szoboszlai and Ekatike and Van Dijk. Sorry,
I'm going to say he got fisted by Van Dijk, but
don't say that.
We'll leave that there. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, allegedly, should we say allegedly?
No, don't say anything.
No,
just move on. It's fine. Absolutely fine. I'm so glad you didn't say that.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but then I chose not to. There he is. I was just thinking as he hit, you know, like what this.
He'd be devastated not to have it. I think he's gone off.
Yeah, they say about marathon runners hitting the wall. Like he seems to hit a wall, doesn't he? A little bit.
To be fair to him, though, he's been sharp. Look at that. Ekatike giving it the bifters in front of there. Yeah, obviously the Newcastle fans might have been giving him some, so he's giving it to the Liverpool supporters. Is he going off or is he just walking around the pitch?
I think he's going off. Is he going to? Oh right, yeah. Is he going to come back on?
The song is ringing around Anfield. Let's see what Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool first of all are going to take Salah off for Chiesa, which I don't think's a bad sub.
Yeah. Yeah, just a bit of energy, a bit of industry
Jones,
from Chiesa. Yeah, Ekatike's coming off. Well done.
Salah and Ekatike go off. Jones and Chiesa come on. We'll see what that means in terms of a reshuffle for Liverpool. Newcastle are sending on another forward. They've got a lot of forwards on now. Salah, of course, scored against Liverpool in that dramatic 3-2 game. They've got a lot of centre forwards and a lot of strikers on their pitch now. We'll see what this means for the Liverpool shape. Could be 4-5-1-ish maybe. And maybe stick Cody Gakpo up front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened. Their fans were giving them stick.
Oh, and he did a little 3-1.
He did 3-1 to them.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, that's it. I was right. He's fine, Ekatike. You should have had that, to be fair. Probably what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Guess the congratulations, Visa. And the game's back on. Ball at the edge of the box to Voltamada. Kanate, brilliant. Chiesa, a little flick. Go on, counter. Can we counter? Sobo just kicks it. Oh, too straight. Straight to Nick Pope. That's fine. Takes another minute or so off the clock. Liverpool have got...
Yeah, Jones definitely in midfield.
It's like the box midfield almost, isn't it? 4-4-2. Oh, good ball down the line by Newcastle, though. And Newcastle in wide. Right ball across. Gravenberch should clear and can do. Can Liverpool keep it alive for Chiesa? He's done well there. Well in. So apologies, Curtis.
Yeah.
Man on. Yeah, I'm fine. Gakpo. I'm trying to figure out Liverpool's formation. I think Chiesa's up front. Yeah, tough to figure out at this moment in time. Now that we've got the ball, Newcastle have got lots of forwards on the pitch. Liverpool have got lots of midfielders on the pitch. Liverpool just need to see this one out. Curtis Jones taking his time, gives it to Kirkes, back to Virgil. Goes long, looking for Chiesa on this right-hand side. Liverpool one-hand ball off Hall, not given. Well, nice tackle. Who was that? Jones. Brilliant tackle from Curtis Jones, and then wins the free kick as well. Dan Burn gets a booking for complaining. Dan Burns, he's been booked and he's getting he needs to walk away. He's going to get himself sent off.
Yeah.
Anthony Gordon, go away, lad. You're going to get sent off. I mean, don't you? You want
to
you've got to get yourself sent off, then that's fine.
Sending off, yeah.
And that was excellent by Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
Liverpool are going to send on another sub. It's going to be Wataru Endo. Maybe that is in response to them bringing another centre forward on. Liverpool are going to bring Endo on for Florian Wirtz, another goal scorer for Liverpool. Such a good goal.
Yeah.
It reminds me, did McAllister score one against Madrid? Maybe it's similar where he just finds that bottom bin. That's what it reminds me a little bit of. Right then, we've got 3.5 minutes, but there's going to be quite a bit of a stoppage time, you would think. There's been a lot of subs and a lot of stoppage here and there in the second half, so there might be more time than you think. Wirtz, Endo on. Endo goes, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to stay right here and kick people. That's what he just said as he walked on. Yeah, Liverpool are going to be 4-4, maybe Endo in the middle. He sent McAllister further forward, I think is the plan. Liverpool go long. Gakpo does well to chest that down. Excellent from Cody Gakpo. And finds Curtis Jones, and he finds his fullback into Gakpo. Little spin by Gakpo, just didn't quite take it with him. But Dan Bain can come across, but Liverpool should win a corner. Oi! Fucking hell!
Didn't he come through the back of him? Yeah, Gakpo's... No?
Why isn't that a second yellow? Dan Bain trying to prevent the corner. Wiped out Cody Gakpo. That's... I mean, Simon Hooper saying there's nothing in it. Are you sure?
Gakpo was ready to flip on him and then...
So was Kirkers.
Yeah.
Referee. The ball's out. I mean, he cleans Cody Gakpo out.
No.
On a yellow
Nowhere
card
near
as
the
well.
ball.
That should be a red card. He's got lucky there, Dan Bain. That has to be a second yellow, yeah. Curtis Jones, I think wisely, told Cody Gakpo to chill. Liverpool do have a corner. Dan Bain's lucky to be on the pitch. I think that should be he'd been booked for dissent. Newcastle are going to make their final change. They're going to take Lewis Hall off. Another Murphy comes on.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't...
That might be his name. It was A. Murphy.
Murphy. Recognise
Art Murphy of some description is on the pitch. Liverpool take the corner short to Curtis Jones. Cross comes in now. Cleared. Endo wins his header. Jones wins it again. Oh, Liverpool need to be careful. Be careful. Oh, be careful. We keep giving the ball away. Canate does well in the end. The A Murphy was Alex, by the way, for those watching at home. Keeping score. Liverpool have the ball where they want it to throw into the Reds in the Newcastle half. And we will just wait for the ball to go up shortly. What's going on here? Oh, Liverpool's taking the time of the throwing is what's going on. Gravenberg on the turn, goes past Tonali again. And Liverpool will play him because he was fouled. But Cody Gakpo then left hand side to his byline, crosses over everybody. But corner, young Murphy, he half shit himself there. I think.
Yeah.
I think if he takes more time, he could have done something better. But he nods it behind, and Liverpool can take the time off the corner if they want. I mean, someone just needs to go over and time waste there, don't we? Dave says, who's your man of the match? We will do that at the end of the show. Right? Trust me, we will do the man of the match at the end of the show. Oosh, man of the match. Just after the full-time whistle, pal. So we will get there. Right then, corner from Liverpool. I mean, Liverpool are in no mood to keep it in that corner. They are going to try and cross it. 5 minutes added on, by the way. So Boslai's corner. Canate! Oh, blocked! Oh. He deserves a goal. Yeah. And he nearly got one on the volley. And I don't know if it was blocked or just hit a defender. Let's see. I mean, it just hits Visa, really. I mean, it buys Liverpool a bit more time. Good technique from me, but I'll tell you, it was Voltemade who hit. And the big fella, he deserves a goal if he could have got one. But that Liverpool with another corner. Sobo takes again, deeper this time. Canate over his head this time. It's going to fall to the edge of the box. Enzo back to Sobo. I don't know why we're just keep it in there. Where are we going? Why are we doing this? A back heel from Szoboszlai to Endo. He crosses.
Decent ball.
Van Dijk on the edge of the box with the volley. Wide. I'm not sure why we're not just keeping down the corner, to be honest. But maybe if it was a 1-goal cushion, they would. But at 2, they maybe a bit more comfortable.
We won 4.
Maybe, yeah. Well, Fonny Verts have been named the TV coverage man of the match, by the way, and he'll certainly be in contention for us. I can tell you that for nothing. For now, though, Newcastle have the ball with Dan Bain, and he's kicked it right to Alisson. And that Alisson should be able to take his time and eat even more time off the clock as Johan Visa comes to close him down. There were 5 minutes added on, for those who asked, by the way. 5 plus 5 here. And we've played 1.5 of those now as Alisson kicks long. Gakpo might be in! Cody Gakpo in the box! Twisting, turning. Oh, he should have shot, I think. But then he's tried to hold it. He's done well, though. Gakpo on the spin. Gakpo! Where's it gone? Corner. Corner. Magic feet from Cody Gakpo, to be fair.
He maybe had a chance to just lob.
Yeah, I agree on the first chance, yeah.
Pope initially does really well.
Into corner in the end. That's all right. You'll take that. I think Gakpo's played well.
Yes, I think it's been his best.
Take your time to Arne Slot. That's what I'm saying. What are we doing? Why are we rushing? Liverpool have another corner kick. Sobbo this time going to go the in-swinger on that. Liverpool are going to cross it again. Not going to bother about keeping it in the corner. The Reds want goals. Corner comes in. Nick Pope drops it. Canate! Yes! Oh, and what a moment! What a moment for Ibou Konate. He's had such a tough couple of weeks. I'm delighted for him as he pokes it home. His teammates rush over to celebrate the big fella. They're all pointing at him. And if I could have picked anybody to score a goal today, I would have picked Ibou Konate. His performance deserves it. He's been magnificent at the back. Alisson Becker comes and kisses him on the head. Brilliant for Konate in front of the cop. He deserves that. Nick Pope dropped it. Ibou Konate just toe poked it. It took an age to get over the line. But what a moment. Oh yeah, there's tears in his eyes, and so there should be. Oh, big fella, our heart bleeds for you. But I'm delighted for him as well. Oh, what a moment for Ibou Konate. One that he just deserves, Jay. What a moment.
Yeah, we said it from the previous corner. He had a little volley. Butterfingers from Pope. He just stabs it, Konate. We were saying a few minutes ago, his performance deserves a goal. He's been really good today. I said before, it's probably his best performance of the season. I'm going to stick to that, actually. And he's capped it off with a goal there. Yeah, very sad for him losing his father, obviously. But he's shed a couple of tears there. But he's capped off his performance today with a goal. Well done, Ibou. Nice to see you back. Nice to see you playing really well.
That's a fabulous emotional moment, and again, nothing's going to make Ibou Konate feel better. Of course, it won't. It's tragic circumstances. He's lost his dad, but hopefully that brings him a little bit of something. You know what I mean? And there he is again, defending well at the other end of the pitch as well. Bottom half, I thought it should have been a penalty, but don't give a penalty now. Yeah, absolutely. It was written in the stars. Everyone in the chat, yeah, fantastic. What a moment. Respect for Ibou Konate. What a moment. I hope he's... Yeah, look at him, still tears in his eyes. You can tell what that meant to him. If you said to me today, you can pick anyone to score a goal for Liverpool, I'd pick that man. After such a tough couple of weeks for him. Yes, he pointed to the skies, obviously dedicating that goal to his father. Right, then Liverpool go again. And yeah, we were saying keeping in the corner. Liverpool wanted more goals, and they got one.
We won 5 now.
Yeah, they're definitely they're on the hunt for one now. We're past that 5 minutes added on, but of course Liverpool did score a goal, so there's just time to go if they want to try and get a fifth. And Liverpool alone rings out around Anfield as Newcastle win the ball back on the halfway line. They're looking for a late consolation if they can get it. Nope, that's gone straight out. Diane says, my mum passed away in 2003. I completely get what Ibou was going through. Yeah, I think a lot of people can, Diane. Like I say, it's a tough one. Yeah, look at him. Emotional man. And yeah, hope you're okay as well, Diane. Someone in the chat says, I think that's saying that's Ibou's first ever non-headed goal. You're probably right. Right then, the full-time whistle has gone at Anfield. And Liverpool, honestly, for half an hour, were absolute fucking rubbish. And they were getting beat 1-0. And if you'd have said to me at the end, they're going to win 4-1, I'd have thought that you had 6 heads. But they did win 4-1 thanks to a quick-fire brace from the brilliant Hugo Ekitike, a third from the equally brilliant Florian Wirtz, and then a very heartbreaking / warming moment. Both it can be both, I suppose, with Ibou Konate getting that goal right at the end. Hugo Ekitike comes onto the pitch to embrace big Ibou as well. As Liverpool's players celebrate a big win, a much needed win in the Premier League. It's been a while. Liverpool's first Premier League win of 2026. Right then, it is time, Jamie, to name our Oosh player of the match. Do you mind if I take the lead? Can we just give it to that man on our screen right now, Ibou Konate?
I was just going to say, he was in the reckoning for me anyway. But I think, that goal tops it off for me. Yeah, Ibu Konate.
Yeah, we are going to name Ibu Konate as our man of the match. Shout out to Ekatike, shout out to Vert, shout out to a lot of Liverpool's players. But I thought his overall defensive performance from Hugo Ekatike, from Ibu Konate was excellent, and then to top it off with a goal, just it tops it all off at the end. So we unanimously give Ibu Konate our player of the match. Right then, that is going to be it from us here on the live watch along stream. But don't go anywhere, because there is plenty more action on Redmen TV for you on the YouTube channel or on the podcast feed. You can check out the reactions from the stadium of Paul and Chloe. I'll have a reaction video too. And then later over on Redmen Plus, Jamie and I will be doing the player ranking show, where you guys, if you go to our social media account, our Twitter, X, whatever you call it account now, you can rank all of the Liverpool players for their performance today or tonight. And I'm guessing there's going to be lots of bosses. The best way to get all this content, by the way, in video and podcast form is via the Redmen Plus app. If you go and download it now, it is completely free. It won't cost you a penny. Go and download the app. You'll get all of the shows. You can watch them or you can listen to them. They're available for both. I know you can't watch everything, but you might be able to listen to them on the move. Go and do that right now. And from me, from Jamie, from the entire team, thanks very much for watching. See you all soon.